Boom, bang, bing. Guess what? Your funky uncle's back on. Guess what? I got somebody else to talk to. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find this young lady. Boom. Send this right here. Oh, there she goes right there. Let's see if we can get her up. To get her on the last one. Oh, Prime, what's up? Yep, I'm back at it, Prime. There she go. Now she finally come back. You kind of look like Robbie Reed when you first popped on there with the glass.
Wow. I
Yeah,
think the skin tone's a little off, but
but
okay.
we just looking at the facial features. We're not gonna talk about the. But yeah, I was like, is that Rob? Oh no, that's Lori. Oh.
I'm gonna have to tell her that next time. Yeah, it was good. So I tried to come in. I was like, okay, what do we have? Just a boys' show tonight? Like, are y'all not letting females in? Like, what is going on? Like, a girl can't come play? What's going on? What is going on? Y'all had some hot topics too. I was trying to come up in there.
Yeah, I was trying. That happened to me once, trying to get on somebody's live, and I don't know what happens. Maybe I don't know. Maybe because somebody was on and they dropped off or whatever it was, and it was still in the system. I don't know what it was, but I kept hitting the button, hitting the button, hitting the button. I said, well, dang. So you know what? You know, we always chopping it up on otherwise. So after we shut this down, I just fire it back up. I got a
You
whole.
got me looking crazy and then said I look like somebody. I know I look crazy. I don't even care, bro. I don't even care. Look, this is what I look like at home. So I was trying to tap in on some of that, which I were talking about, but now you're gonna have to refresh my memory because it was just like a whole lot trying to get in here. So
Man, listen, that's how we do when we get together. You've seen it before.
right, right.
Oh man, it's crazy. It's just crazy. So how's it going out there? What's the vibe out there? What's the word?
Out there being Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood, LA, California, because
Oh,
we on two different coasts.
all right. LA, I mean, LA is coming back to life. I'm looking at a lot of people. I'm not posting as much right now. I'm laying low a little bit more, doing some other stuff, but um, Hollywood's coming back to life. Everybody's kind of gradually getting back. I'm seeing more and more people like, oh, I booked this, oh, I booked that. So it's coming back. People are getting their little life back or whatever. So it's definitely looking like things are like they used to be. And in
Good.
time, a lot of people are starting projects. TV shows, of course, are coming back. Everything is kind of off balance a little bit in terms of when it would usually start. Otherwise, but things are coming back.
Okay.
Things are happening. So here we go.
Okay. Good. 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 We were talking. We did talk about Hollywood a bit. Um, well, we talked about celebrities a bit. We went from we touched on. I hate that I even said it like that. We talked a little about Puffy because I'm about to say touched on Puffy. Ew, they paused, but TD Jakes, you know,
Yeah.
Angela Bassett, Vivica Fox, just a whole bunch of people, Mike Epps. We talked about a little bit of this, that, and the third. And Taraji, we actually talked about that. And I was trying to explain it. It's not as simple as we would love for it to be. And I'm sure it's not as simple as she would love for it to be
Mhm.
on how she's not getting what she deserves in pay
I
for
think
all
there's
that.
gonna be a lot of changes. I'm not going to touch too much, on this live as much as I would have, privately. But,
Yeah.
um, but I think there's going to be a lot of changes like that. I think a lot more people are going to be kind of speaking up and saying something. One thing about this strike, it definitely proved the power that we have.
Right.
Hollywood, it proved, what we can do if we stand together and unite. Do you know the leverage that we may be able to obtain if we work together? So I just feel like people are just kind of tired. They had enough of whatever it was they've been putting up with or not speaking on or whatever, and now it's coming out. But this year in general, like everything is coming out. Like everybody named Mama getting exposed. If I were you, whoever you may be, I recommend that you start getting yourself like clean. Like, you know what I mean? Like you looking at this stuff, I'm looking at all these people getting called out. And my first thought is, look, do I got anything I need to clean up? You know what I mean? Like, like I know I'm not doing anything stupid, but like, like I'm kind of low key thinking like, do I need to check anything? You know what I mean? Like You know, I don't want nothing crazy coming up on me, but like, I mean, but like, if you're looking at this stuff, because I think right now what everybody's doing is they too busy getting the tea and, you know, got their popcorn and they watching and they like, ooh, this person came out. Ooh, this person came out. Well, I heard this. Well, I heard that. Okay, but while you hearing and oohing and on, you might want to check your own stuff. I'm
Right.
like this, like, let's just call it what it is. This year, people are getting called out left and right. And no sooner do we find out about somebody, they're on to the next one. Like right now, they saying questionable stuff about Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? Like I'm suddenly hearing his name kind of popping up. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. So I mean, I'm not saying he did something, but you
Right.
know, I'm starting to slowly like kind of see like, okay, now his name is kind of being thrown in there. So it, it's interesting right now. I'm saying if you are in any form of entertainment whatsoever, I'm just saying you might want to go through and check yourself.
You just go ahead and
Close off some
own up to it from the beginning, and then move forward.
something. Something like come out now, you know what I mean? Go get some help. I don't know. I'm just saying, like everybody, mama is getting called out this year. Like, so that's just my take on things.
So you're saying that this year started out messy, so hopefully it'll get cleaned up by the end of the year.
I'm saying by the end of the year, we don't have a whole lot of people that got called out. By the end of this year, we about to see a bunch of people that we once looked at this way. We're gonna be looking at them that way. I don't know. I don't know. My whole thing is this: whatever you into, if you got any sort of clout, if you got any sort of influence, whatever, you might want to start cleaning up your mess. You might want to start hiding some stuff. You might want to start, I don't know. I just, because too many people are getting caught out. And I mean, these are big people. These are like big dogs in the game, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you know, little small people. Nobody's small, but you know what I'm saying. This isn't like people you don't know, or you know, you might have heard randomly or something like that. Like, these are people that's been in the game for years. You know, they got equity in this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. They have a lot to lose.
that's what I'm
A,
saying.
a
That's
lot to
what I'm
lose.
saying. And like people like that getting called out. Like if somebody like that is finally getting called out, the rest of us are untouchable. You know, we're not untouchable. I'm sorry. The rest of us are not untouchable. Like, you
Right.
know, if you won't go after a TD, like TD Jakes, like come on. Come on. Whether you love them or hate them, like who would have ever thought in their lifetime, let's just be all the way real, who would have ever thought in their lifetime that they were going to be looking at the news and questioning TD Jakes? I'll wait.
They said they said the same thing probably about Eddie Long. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying, then there was that. Then there was that. So I'm just saying, if y'all listening, if you are out there, you don't know who TD Jakes is, Bonnie? Bonnie, how do you not know TD Jakes, sis? We gonna have to have a talk. So
Lord have
this
mercy.
past,
You want to break it down for Bonnie?
nah,
You want to bring Bonnie on it?
you do it, Drew. You tell her. You tell her.
He is a highly seen evangelist. I guess that's the best way to put it. And I can't even say he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar because it was other things that was caught.
The cookie jar would have been a great thing to get caught in. Like, brother got caught
He was wishing it was the cookie jar.
literally with his hand. Girl,
he was he wasn't
Bonnie,
trying to eat cookies. He was trying to eat sausage dog. Oh my dang! Did I say that? Can I say that?
no, probably not. Bonnie, allegedly, he
Allegedly.
he's been touching on some stuff, and allegedly he's been kind of caught up in some stuff like with Diddy. So Puff Daddy, and he's in a lot of trouble right now. So.
What's going on, Crystal Glass Warner?
Hi,
That
Crystal. Crystal's up. No, I keep thinking you're up in New York, but Crystal's up in that part of town. I haven't seen Crystal in a long time. She actually helped me get one of my first jobs. I was modeling. This was before I really made it, but I was like modeling, doing some stuff up in New York, and she gave me, like a modeling job where I played a wife of one of my biggest homies right now. Like we've been cool for years, but we met through her, and we just kind of did this photo shoot with her up in New York, New Jersey, technically, and yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, thank you, Crystal, for looking out for my sister. You know, my
Yeah,
buddy. You know, that's my dog. Anybody got anything to say? They come to me because that's my dog. Ain't it right, Mr. Parker?
Seriously, Bonnie, no, seriously, this is gonna be like the mother load. Like whatever's going down with TD Jakes right now and Puff Daddy is gonna open up a whole lot. I just kind of suspect. Okay, I I suspect when they go down, or if this goes down like the way it's looking like, I feel like they're not gonna go down quietly. I feel like it's gonna be like, oh, I'm like Nino Brown, like, oh, I'm going out, I'm taking a whole lot of with me too. I can see that happening personally. I can see a whole lot of people falling going down with this too before this is all over. I don't think it's just going to be a one man show. Like, all right, well, he messed. No, I think a lot of names about to come out, like the whole Epstein thing. You know what I mean? Epstein's
Yeah.
still calling people out. That was what. When did he die? Like 5 years? How long ago did he die? This brother's
I
been dead
forgot how long it's
like
been.
a wow. You know what I'm saying? And people still getting called out over stuff he did. Now they
So
got Bill Clinton, you know what I mean, calling him out. I'm like, man. All I'm saying is this: if you have any sort of clout, any sort of anything, you might want to start cleaning up your mess. That's all I'm just gonna say. Because
yeah,
everybody,
and I think I'm waiting for the names that nobody expected. You know what I'm saying? With the Diddy thing, like I was saying before, was it Superhead called him out with some things before, you know, and that's almost 20 years ago, isn't it? When her book came out.
yeah, that was a
So
long time ago.
it's almost like people forgot that she had already called him and some other people out.
But I
And
think in her case, it was her credibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I'm not knocking her. These aren't my words, but I think people just kind of treated her like, well, look who she is, look what she did. You know what I'm saying? She's bitter because she didn't get the millions off of this one that she, bop to, and he didn't, wife her up or whatever. I think people easily dismissed her.
not in the streets.
No, no, no. But I think outwardly, I
Yeah,
think a lot of people
outwardly,
kind
yeah.
of like, okay, yeah, considering the source, I'm not no shade to her. No,
No
what I'm saying. I'm
shade.
saying I feel like that's what people did. But now you got allegations coming out that nobody can deny. Like nobody can like
Right.
turn that other cheek to like, oh well, this is just talk. Nah, we got evidence. TikTok is the devil, yo. TikTok, bro, I'm telling you, TikTok is calling people out. TikTok is literally ruthless. Like we thought this was a little cute, little fun app, or whatever like that. No, TikTok is literally going to call you out because somebody somewhere is recording you and you don't
Yep.
even know it. And they got evidence, receipts. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna put it out there. TikTok stands on business. I'm just gonna say that. TikTok stands on business. Y'all can call it theories, whatever like that. But TikTok, she said TikTok
I
stands
love
on
it.
China.
I love it because it's really at one point we can say, especially in our community, we can say that a lot of people got passes because the first thing they say, oh, but they got money though. I mean, that's basically how Trump got elected. But he did X, Y, Z. But he got money though, and I've been sick of that for about 30 years. Sick of hearing people say, but he got money though. But that doesn't make it right. So now, even though they got money, they're getting called out, and the fact that these people who are heavily into some type of business, they stand to lose a lot
Wow.
because the sponsorships are pulling out, and we see it with athletes all the time. As soon as they get into something, boom, these endorsements are gone. Like what's the man named John Morant?
Yeah.
Prime example.
Mhm.
They pulling their contracts now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, Jonathan Majors ain't the first
I
one.
was just gonna call him. I was
I,
gonna say
I
that.
knew it.
I
I
was gonna
knew
say
it.
him.
But he's another example. They're pulling Ludacris. They pulled his joints. So
Really?
yeah, I forgot what he said, something or something like that, and I think Pepsi pulled him. Remember he was with Pepsi at one point,
Okay.
and they pulled him. So you have to be careful, and it goes as far even for the average man, the common man,
Oh yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
you do something and in your job, like I was working at, I think I was managing Arby's like some years ago, and somebody got caught doing something, drinking. They were underage drinking or something like that. Boom, they're gone. They weren't on the property, they weren't on the clock.
Wow.
But
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Actually, I think an actor just got she just got like, I don't want to say blacklisted or something, but she was definitely shut down to my understanding because she was standing for Palestine or something, that whole thing, you know, with Hamas and all that. She was standing for it, and she was. Now, I'm not giving my opinion either way. I'm just saying she was standing on that. It was off the clock. She wasn't on a set. She was in the studio, to my understanding, in her own setting, and basically got canned. Like, she ain't working. She ain't got. She don't have it anymore. The job, position, whatever it was she had. I think it was the girl who played Wednesday. Yeah,
Okay.
Adams. So I think it was her. Don't quote me, but definitely look into it. But I know that there was recently an actor who basically kind of got, in a sense, blacklisted because she spoke up on her take on Hamas. And I'm like, this is basically what society is turning into, where anybody can kind of just use anything against you, whether it's on the clock or off the clock.
Right.
They're going to use it against you, and you can lose your job. That's why I said, if these big dogs like the TD Jakes and these people like that getting caught out, who are the rest of us? Who are
Right.
the rest of us?
Right.
They going in on these guys.
So here's my question. I definitely I just thought of this. So let's say that these actors, actress, celebrity, because I guess that's the best way to put it, celebrity. Let's say they get blacklisted. What's their next step?
Depending on the person, I mean, a lot of them will just start doing like lesser quality stuff. That's when they start popping up in Tubi, you know, places like that. You know, they start doing like smaller projects, especially if they're really passionate about their job. Some of them just move on altogether, get other jobs. It's really hard to say. It's up to the individual, you know, but a lot of them just kind of venture somewhere else. But typically they never lose that love, that heart for the acting, the crafts. So they
Hmm.
just the other ventures, like they go into stuff that yes, they definitely become entrepreneurs,
Okay.
but they just go into like lesser budget, lesser quality acting,
Hmm.
which there's a ton of that. Which, and what I noticed was after the strike, it seemed like there was a lot more of these smaller studios that were popping up that were not connected to Hollywood, that were not connected to, you know, the big names that we're used to, the guns that we're used to. They
Right.
were doing amazing. They were doing absolutely amazing. I mean, Tubi. Who would have ever guessed anybody would be taking Tubi seriously? Let's just be honest.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
these aren't like stellar actors. You know, on those things, they're not. Yeah, but they're working. Period.
Yeah. And they're honing their craft at the same time.
But honestly, and even if they're not great actors, they have credits. Every time they do that job, they have credits now. So all it's doing is solidifying them as an actor even more. The more those jobs, no matter how much we hate on them, or we're not hating on them, but like, no matter how much they're not great quality or they're not this or
Hmm.
not that, these people still have credits to their name. So when you
Right.
IMDb these people, they could be like the absolute worst of the worst actors. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
No, no, don't hurt me. Like awful actors, but they have credits because
Okay.
they're working, you know. So I don't know. Times are definitely changing. It'll be really interesting to see how this all plays out in the next year, especially, but just in the coming years. You know, we're definitely not where we used to be at all as a society, as people in Hollywood, whatever. Everything has changed. So, in my opinion, throw away the blueprint that you saw and start all over right now. Start from right.
Okay.
Move,
So
jump in.
so what are the odds that some let's say Tubi is continually growing because it is, and what are the odds that we'll see some of these people from Tubi in much more major roles with the larger companies, and so they're going to look and say, okay, well this person here is, you know, I like this person and da da da, I like their skill set and whatever.
You answered
I
your own
mean,
question. You answered your own question. I mean, like, remember the time when they were like, don't hate me, dumpster diving into the influence, you know, where they were hiring literally influencers, you know, people who weren't even actors. Um, they weren't even like real, you know, like act. They were literally just influencers. Like they just made it for being on TikTok slapping themselves or something. You know what I mean?
yes,
You never know how people made it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Some of them got sex tapes that they did, and next thing you know, they actors.
Yeah, didn't that dude become an actor? The one that he went to jail, the light skinned dude with the light
The
eyes, and then wasn't he
dude went to jail. Had a mugshot
that
that was just nah.
went viral? It went
Yeah,
viral.
literally a mugshot went viral, and now he's like an actor. You know, so I think that could be the next thing. You know, because I know a lot of people got really fed up with the influencers and the way the influencers were. Yes, the prison bay,
This
exactly. a lot of people got fed up with the way these influencers were, because a lot of them came in with these egos. They weren't professional. A lot of them really couldn't act. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. People started getting sick of them. So now, like, people are talking, oh, that's why they're trying to push for this whole AI thing, because they don't want to have to deal with the personalities and the egos and all that stuff like that. But hopefully, before they start really shifting to the AI, which they already have been doing, but hopefully before they do that, they'll consider maybe like the Tubi people, the Tubi
Right.
actors, the people who are kind of doing some things, working. They may not be the best of the best actors, but you know, they're doing their thing. They get an effort.
Yeah, but have you watched anything on Tubi where you've seen anybody
Oh,
like
I'm
stand
watching
out?
the comments. I'm watching all y'all comments.
Yeah.
So when you posted that, then let's not say the names. I actually knew those two people, and chances are they might be here. But like those two actors, like, I knew them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm watching your comments, and I'm like, basically, I have not watched the Tubi movie yet, but I am enjoying the comment section, so to say. Like, I got first class flights to the comment section. Like, I want to see what people are saying. But just what I've seen, it's low budget. It's just, it doesn't have a big budget, but it's people, they're trying, they're working, and honestly, I can't be mad at them,
Not
especially in
at
the day
all.
and age, the way things are. I'm not mad. I'm not knocking nobody. Get your hustle, do you, boo boo. Do what works for you. You know what I mean? And you just keep working on your
That's
craft.
it.
Just keep craft. Just keep working, get better. The next movie, do it better. What's up, Duval? Oh, you got to bring Duval in. You got to
Yo, Lou,
bring
you want
Duval.
to come up,
Bring
man?
him
Come on, let me see
in.
if I can bring
Bring
Lou up.
him in. There's
That's my
about to be a whole reunion
my
up in
little
here. Come on.
big brother.
Come on, Duval.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody does
Everybody has to start.
have to start somewhere. That's
Right.
right. Exactly.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking these Tubi movies. I'm not knocking that. Duval!
Yo,
What up, bro?
I'm
Broski.
just I'm just getting out of the gridiron. So I'm walking in the rizane. What's good peoples, my
Yo,
fam.
And
good, bro.
foremost, congratulations on your award for your show.
Yeah.
I saw it. I
Yup.
stay low key on social media, but I'm always watching. I'm
You
always
see the
watching.
lights in the background? I'm trying to get my Lori on, getting my flights.
Yeah,
Hollywood.
I'm posting this, and if anybody that when you see this and you don't know, that's my little big bro right there, and
Ah,
that's my little sis right there. So that we all family. So we got nothing but talent in our family. Little
you
lunacy too.
guys gotta forgive me. I'm a little it's getting a little wet. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. I'm just glad you joined in.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm at the city of brotherly love, everybody, and I'm getting out of
Hey!
my grind and trying to head the hell home. But I saw my two favorite people in the world. I was like, wait a second, wait a
All
second.
right, wait.
If I could get a little bit of video
Let me
time.
preface Let me preface this. So I was supposed to come in the last live that he was doing, but he had an all guys show. So every time Curl tried to jump in, I'm like, no, sit down, listen to the guys talk. So then he comes back in my DMs, if you want to come in, I'm like, oh, now you want to play. Now I can come in. So no, it's all
Yo, shout out to Funky Uncles
Thank
come
you.
on.
for
Thank you,
for
man.
for this wonderful reunion digitally. I mean, this is on some crazy, but I'll take it,
Yeah.
yo. When I got Lori and my man's and them in
And them.
the same space, I tell you, technology is crazy.
Seriously.
Thank you so much for hold on. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for the love. Yeah, I was really like I was hoping for one joint to get it in and it didn't. And I was kind of bummed out about it because that would have really just, springboarded, but it was like but I figured out what it was. And they were like, "Yeah, you just got to make it longer." And I'm like, "But it's a short." And they were like, make it longer because it needs to be longer. And I'm like, okay.
long,
Well,
So you learn
also
from your lessons.
long as the
Oh,
women ain't telling you that, you good to go.
but I've,
Look at you.
there's a
I couldn't
whole
help it.
conversation in that whole context that we could go down
Oh,
the rabbit hole,
oh.
but we'll just
Man, you know me. Hey, bro, you know me. I gotta crack my jokes. That's what we do when family get together like that. We gotta crack our jokes because
bruh.
man,
Man, I just say, but listen, it's such an honor and a privilege to be in the presence of both. You know, Lori has really like gone through the fire and the brimstone and certain things that I've gone through, and you know, we chop it up. She drops some gems. When I talk about gems, I'm talking about some major gems for us that's trying to make it in this, you know, in these mean streets in the entertainment biz. So
yeah,
as we strive to try to just do better and make ourselves, you know, what we are trying to get to or what we're trying to accomplish in 2024 and then beyond, you know, it's all about at this point. It's like either either you're about evolution or you know you're just in the way. To me, I'm like evolve. Always strive to be the better you than where you were beforehand. So when I saw, I was telling Lori, I was telling Derek the other day, I was like, yo, when I saw the logo for Funky Uncles, I was like, that's it right there, that's it,
Yo, that logo is
that was
fire for
it.
real.
It's beyond bonkers. So yeah.
Fire.
So for everyone that's out there that's checking us out, you know, for all of the, you know, for the people that love entertainment, you know, go and watch Lori's stuff, man. She's got great stuff, and go and check out Derek's, you know, his previous, you know, his previous shows, you know, and whenever there's a funky uncle and what do we call it, a funky auntie at the same time? What, funky uncle, a funky auntie?
she
Lori was like, no, I ain't
she
funky.
ain't trying to be
I ain't funky at all.
funky.
You got to change that name up.
You a '70s baby too, so you was baptized in the funk just like us.
Oh yeah, of
I definitely
course.
came out in that era, but I don't like the title. I
You're
will
like
be
funky, huh?
50. I will literally be 50 in less than 30 days.
Join the club.
Five,
Join the club, sis.
5-0.
And don't look a day over
Yo,
33. I mean, come
That's
on
it.
now. Come
and I
on,
really could care
sunshine.
less.
Come on.
Straight
Come
up,
on.
straight up. I could
Get
care
that.
less. I really
Let's get
care.
that light. Let's get that light bright ministry going. Let's talk
That's
about that.
I really could care
hey,
less. Yo, for real. Like honestly, like a lot of people. Oh, well, I'm getting old. No, I'm getting better, bro. I love it. I love
yeah,
it. I
50
love who
ain't
I
old.
am. I love where it is. Yeah, please. We about to take over. Gen
Nine
X is about to completely
hundred is old.
50.
Right.
Man, look, 50 is 100 is
Yeah.
fortunate. If you live to be that long, you need to just be grateful. Just go
We
on and
seasoned. I keep telling y'all, we ain't old, we seasoned. We got that good flavor. You know what I'm saying? At 50, you seasoned.
I'm
I tell
good.
them I'm not even at the end of the second quarter yet. You
I
know
know
what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
You. Thank you, sizable footwear. Thank you. So anyway, Duval and I, we're kind of talking. I'm just gonna say this. I'm
Go,
not gonna go all.
go full blast. I'm in the rain. I'm singing in the rain.
What?
Let's go.
Okay, so Gen X all day, the Pepper Dojo for real. I'm straight Gen X on my heart. So anyway,
And he's in
um,
Pennsylvania,
huh?
close an hour from the mill.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay,
just talked to him the other night. I think it was last night. Might have
Yeah,
been. I've been.
I think it was either the night. Yeah, it was
I'm,
within the week.
I'm not from Philly, but I'm definitely a Philly John all day.
Oh yeah, Lori's a
I'm a
definite five
John
certified Philly
all
John.
day.
She's a Philly John.
All
She's a, for some she's a John, for others she's a yummy. So it's really depending on how you look at it. You know what I mean? It's either way how you drop the dime. Either be a John or a yummy. She could be a yummy John.
Okay.
right.
All
You
right.
Hey,
know what I
Yummy
mean?
John
Somebody else is in.
in Hollywood. So anyway, all right. So, but Duvall and I are going to collab on one of the projects, and you heard it first here. We are going to do a project together. We're going to do a short together, and
Can't wait.
yeah.
Right in the lab. Lori said, "You understand that I'm expecting some forward progress. You understand." So when she gave you, and I heard it over the phone, like the eyebrow went up, and I'm like, challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
So the idea is to look out for him because we're family, and to get his stuff, his project seen here in Hollywood at the Chinese Theater
Oh,
by Robbie Reed.
Ooh,
and by big, big, big names here in Hollywood. It's
ooh.
the best thing I could do to look out. So
Yeah.
you
And
put this together, we
and it,
work it out.
oh,
I'll work. I'll
and it,
work on the back end part.
and I'm
I'll
gonna
make
tell you,
sure.
and I'm gonna tell you this: to have her a part of this interesting new movement of sci-fi thriller is such an amazement. I mean, when I saw what the vision was with this, where I want things to go and how I want things to maneuver, I mean, there's just so much, it's literally going to be a movement. And I'm really glad to have my family. Oh my God, the rain! But you know what? It's all good. It's God's. It's God saying. So I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. So shout out to. Oh man, it's just God is good. God is good. God is good. How can I
All
say?
the
That's all I can
And
say. God
we
is
got
good.
some.
time, man.
We got
But
some
thank
extra.
you, Lori.
We got some extra.
Listen, Lori is just. I mean,
They
that's all
got
I can say.
extras down
I
there.
mean,
The
it's
people,
just no
people, hey,
words.
people volunteering, bruh. People down there volunteering to be extras.
And remember,
Hey,
and Derek, just remember that was the same conversation we was. I was like, dude, just write it. Just write it.
yep,
You know what I
that's
mean?
it.
You never have
That's
to.
it.
It's interesting that when you see something that's been already written by somebody else, and they're like, "Yeah, but I don't want to do anything with it," and you're like, "All right, well, you know what? I got a story or three or five that's even better." So I'll just write it. So for all of those out there listening, and look at the creatives that are out there, different faces, different cities, different towns. The heart's still the same. If you like something and you want to see something and you want to make something a part of the movement, just make it.
Oh,
Just write it
weren't
and
we
make
just
it.
talking about this? Weren't we just saying it? I just said this prior to you coming in, Duval. I said Hollywood right now is so changed that people that are like lesser known people you don't know their names, you don't know the studio, whatever. That's the way to go right now. Don't wait on Hollywood. Don't think that you got to come out here and do the glam and glitz. Take that if you can, but in the meantime, do all these little projects. Tubi is not to be, shunned anymore. Like we used to laugh at that and clown that, but for real, them people are working.
Yeah,
Them people are eating. And so do like what you're doing right now is next level. You got to take care of you right now. You know how many people in Hollywood do that? When Hollywood wouldn't hire them, they start hiring themselves. They hired
yeah,
themselves.
and
Yeah.
it's everywhere now. It's I
Oh,
know. I have somebody on my friends list on Facebook that she's part of doing work in Charleston, which is like an hour and some change away from me,
Talk to
and
y'all.
they're everywhere now. You don't
Talk
have
to
to
y'all.
travel across the country anymore.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. And it's all credits. It's credits. It makes you look like you're working. It establishes you. It gives you some sort of sense of it's a resume
yeah.
builder. You know what I mean? It's literally helping to build your resume. It's helping to get you, not only that, but a reel. It gets your reel all together. Like, don't look down on people just because they're not, the Warner Brothers, the big studios. Don't look down on that. Don't ever turn that down, especially now in this day and age. Get out there because you don't know who's watching you, and promote yourself on your page. Show your work. Show what you've done. Don't do it beforehand. This is where people mess up because everybody start bringing in their stuff before. Oh, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. And then next thing you know, it get all shut down. Do it after. Once you are, that's my best advice. If y'all heard nothing else tonight, that's all I'm gonna leave y'all with. Post your stuff well after it's already been. This is why I'm so quiet right now. I'm not letting people know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Shut up. Say
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
Say less.
Less is more.
Hey,
Lori said something to me, and this is a jewel. This is a jewel for anyone and everybody. She said something. It
Yes.
was the quote about getting when someone asks a question and depending on how it's answered, sometimes no answer is an answer.
mm,
So
No answer is
not,
always
not, not, nothing necessarily has to be answered because if you pay attention, you'll find your answer. If you pay attention, you'll get your answer. If you pay attention to the nonverbals, you get your answer.
well.
Verbals and nonverbals work universal. It's same communication. And that was something that was held when she was like, even not having an answer was an answer. I was like, I like that. I like that. I don't have to answer. I don't have to say yes or no. If you don't say anything at all, then sometimes there's your answer. Sometimes people just don't. Some people ain't awake enough to figure that out. But
Well, we talked on the phone, right? Was it Christmas Eve or no, Christmas the next day.
mhm.
The very after we talked on the phone for like 4 or 5 hours straight. Just gems, just gems.
Gems.
But I want to answer somebody. One of the people in the comments said feminine blueprint. Um, uh, are are there agents or agencies gatekeeping? How do you overcome those types of barriers? I don't know necessarily that would be considered gatekeeping, but yes, there are agencies that won't hire certain types. There are agencies that won't, that will kind of, okay, all I can do is speak for my own self. There was an agent that I was signed to, and I was with them for a minute. I was with them for like a few years, and they were giving me like big auditions, but they kept pushing me to this. They wanted me to play like, remember Halle Berry's character that was when she first came out, when she was like the crackhead or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah,
kept
yeah,
wanting me to
yeah, yeah,
be, they
yeah.
kept trying to box me into that. Oh, you're downtrodden and you're this and you're that, and I'm like, no, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, but I didn't know this. I had no idea that this is where they were pushing me towards. So I'm thinking, I'm about to be like the next Catwoman type. You know how I think, Duval. I'm like fighter.
Hell yeah.
I'm the tough. But they were putting me in a category I didn't know about. I had no idea that this was their mindset of things. So I kept getting these certain types of roles and these certain types of auditions. And I didn't understand why I was getting them. And then I'm like talking to them like, hey, can I do this? Can I do this? And they're like, no, we want you like this. And then ultimately I found out that they were boxing me in also. I'm SAG-AFTRA, but they were pigeonholing me as FICOR. But they never asked me for that. Now, if you go FICOR means
Right.
you're both. That means you're both SAG and non-union, but you got to get permission to do that. You got to get that in writing. I never did that. This agency took it upon themselves to do that. So I'm hoping Feminine Blueprint, this answer exactly. Needless to say, they're not my agents anymore. I fired them, but I hope this answers your question. You know what I mean? Like, yes, your agents can be a hater. Like, if you know who you are and you know what you're trying to be presented as, it's your job to make sure that's how you get presented. And if you see that your agents are deviating from that in a way that's negative, talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they work for you. You don't work for them.
Okay.
They work for you, because at the end of the day, when you get paid, that 20% is coming out your
Right.
check to them. So
It was real when Taraji was saying it's a team.
it's a team,
It's a
for real.
team. And
And why
that money comes out
that
before
right
you know,
there?
you turn around and you look, you only got like $5 in your pocket. If that.
Thank you. But that right there, as your team, y'all should be in unison. Y'all should be working together. Like, it's okay to explore. You should have range as an actor. You should not be just this type or that type. Like, you should be able to kind of do a lot of different things. But if you see that your agents are pushing you in a direction that you don't know, yeah, to me, that's a form of gatekeeping. Like, they trying to keep you a certain way or keep you a certain place. You don't put up with that. So yes, I believe, if that answers your question, that does kind of happen. It does happen, but maybe not the way you might be thinking as far as gatekeeping. So
I had
So you
I
got
had
something to say?
I had
Go
a
ahead.
question. I had a question, and thanks for hopping me on here, buddy. Good to
Good
see you again.
to see you again, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I had a question multiple times from people that went to acting school, and I brought this up multiple times. I'm not going to name the individuals because it really doesn't matter. But I've always had this drive and this fire in my heart to be an actor or direct or write. And most
You're
of
in
the
the right
time when
place,
I spoke to
buddy.
people, yeah,
yeah,
You're in the right
right.
place.
real.
So every time I spoke to somebody, well, not every time, but some of the times I spoke to individuals, they were like, no, you got to go to acting school. And I'm like, why do I have to go to acting school? Well, if you don't go to acting school, then you don't know how to write and you can't do this. And I was like, to me, the initial conversation was like, you can't do it. You can't. And that's not how my brain works. My brain doesn't work that way. Like
Okay.
I'm 48. I'm 48 years old, and I still want to act. I still want to direct. I still want to write. Like I'm watching tonight. I was watching Echo on Disney Plus. I think it's a great series. It's a Marvel. It's a Marvel platform.
I don't know
But
your name. I'm sorry, sir. What's your name? I
just
apologize.
yeah, no worries, no worries. Everybody calls me Pepper.
Pep?
That's
Okay. Good to
yeah,
meet you, man.
that's my yeah, pleasure.
So, are you I don't know where you're based out of, but myself, Lori, Derek, and even in certain ways, we're all, I'm deeply rooted into this joint.
Mhm.
So you got to substitute the word can't and just replace it. You're never too old.
Right.
You're never too out of disassociated. It's never too late. The only thing that is, if you say in your head, I'm done, or I don't want to do it,
Or I can't.
or I can't.
Right.
So
And I, you know,
if you want to, is it great to have a a really good
Exactly.
educator that I really really adore and admire here in Philly? Taught me this very simple phrase. He said, "You want to have your utility belt filled." He was using a Batman reference. He said, "You want your utility belt used." He said, "But how do you know what to put on your belt if you don't have experience, or if you don't have something that that you're attaining?" And he said usually that's going to come from some type of instruction. Someone had to teach Bruce Wayne how to fight.
Come on.
Most of the stuff he had to do it on his own, but it was through, if depending on where you want to go through with the lore. um, there's always someone who is a teacher. Bruce was a teacher to Damien, a teacher to Dick Grayson. So all of these that have gone off to do being their own character, using it that reference, they've gotten instruction, and those that say that understand the phrase "iron sharpens iron," you
Yeah.
need that part of your you need that instructional piece to sharpen your iron, so that way you have enough to fill your utility belt. If you don't have nothing
yeah.
on your utility belt, then you're going to go out there and you're going to make some crappy stuff. I mean, make the stuff, but
Mhm.
understand that you need to have that crafted. This is a craft, number one. And then number secondly, this is a business. This is business. So you got to learn not
Yeah.
only the creative craft part of it, but you also have to understand and learn the business craft of it, because they work in tandem. That's why they call it show business. They don't call it show friends. They call it show
Come on.
business. So you have to know both sides of the coin. And most of us are creatives. I'm a creative, but I've learned to understand it and to adopt and swallow the hard pill of learning the business. Because how do you
Right.
then grow? How can I get someone on my squad? Or how to, that's something that either you're ushered in, shepherd in, or you just going to have to learn the hard way. My light. So what I would suggest, for you is substitute that word out. I'm not a Hollywood guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anyone should strive to Hollywood. I think that if that is that's what you're handed to, and that's what you're guided towards, and your goal is, then by all means get there, go there. You know what I mean? It's not going to hurt you. But no matter what you do along the way, either you act, write, direct, whatever the case may be, you want to be able to sharpen your tool sets.
Yeah.
Nothing that you build, if you build stuff, nothing that you build is going to come from an unsharpened, dull. You know what I'm saying? You ever have your screwdriver, and it's all knotted up and jacked up. How you gonna pull that screw out with piss poor tools? And you got to sharpen you got to sharpen, making sure your tool belt and utility belt
I mean,
is aligned. So I'm gonna shut up, and that's from the independent side.
No,
So
I
I'm gonna shut up.
yeah,
gonna
I
add.
appreciate that.
I'm gonna add to
Yeah, please go
that.
ahead.
That your name is Pepper.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's my call sign. That's my
Okay.
call sign.
Okay. Well, pleasure to meet you, Pepper.
Yes.
I know you said that something about suggesting to you to take acting classes, and you were like, "Why?" Take them anyway, because if you're going to be a director, you're going to be directing actors. You need to also understand an actor.
Whoo,
You need to think like an actor. All
whoo,
right.
whoo, whoo.
When you're pulling it out of that, when you're pulling that scene and you're pulling them emotions out of those people, you got to almost know how to emit them emotions yourself. And I've seen many people in my acting classes, literally in my acting classes, who weren't even intending to be actors at all. And they're literally photographers. They were literally one's a dancer, but they went to acting school to learn, to learn how to, one, break that wall, that barrier that we all kind of have. If you have
Mhm.
any sense of insecurities at all, acting class will strip you of that. you know Anything you suffered in your childhood is going to come out. when you go through acting class, but do it because it's bettering you, it's fine-tuning you. So that way, when you're sitting behind the camera and you're directing somebody, you'll be able to pull from them and know, okay, that's a good actor right there, because you'll have that sense of acting yourself. You see what I mean? You're not leaving it up to, okay, I'll get the equipment, I'll get the camera, and I'll just hope that this person in front of me can act. You know, you got to know how to do it yourself. You don't have to be Academy Award winner. You don't have to be Academy Award, but you have to understand the business, the craft of acting, because there's so much to it. There's nuances. You know what I mean? Like, everybody thinks acting is all just theatrically speaking and doing all this. No, a lot of it literally is just in your facial expressions. It's in how you move. It's in pauses. If you're doing comedy, do you understand what makes comedy? I'm asking you a question.
I'm sorry.
Do you understand comedy? Do you understand what makes it comedy?
Yeah, I mean, I like the question because, you know, if you follow me, you'll see that I do silly stuff, and some people like it, some people don't.
Right. But you didn't answer my question. Do you understand what makes it comedy? Like, what is comedic timing? Do you understand comedic timing?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's when I present the question or the answer during like a live, if I'm just typing in, and then I'll, you know, at the right moment, I'll type in during the conversation and crack everybody up. And they're like, that was funny. That was hilarious. That was funny.
Okay.
And then when I do it myself, when I go live, then it's another platform that I have to, you know, take my head around and wrap it around and go the different way and go, you know, it's just me now. Now, how am I going to make you guys laugh? You know?
So that what you just said is why you have to take acting classes. Why you should take acting classes. You understand?
I'm mad because I didn't get none of that when I took my acting class in college.
What would you
I'm just,
take? What would you take?
huh?
What would you
It was
take? I paid
some
some money for
dude.
mine. I
No,
paid a grip.
but it was in college, and we had, you know, you had your electives. So you know me, crazy me. I took was a dance class, and I was the only dude in like 11 or 12 women. So that made that enjoyable. But then the acting class, they wanted me to take art, but I'm colorblind, and they want you to make a color wheel. I knew I was gonna fail that, and that's like 50% of the grade. So I said, well, put me in this acting class. I ain't learned that. I ain't learned none of that. All I did was go up there and act the fool. That's all I did. I got my A though, but I didn't learn all that though.
I want to go. I actually want to go on stage. I want to go on stage and fail as a comedian. I want to fail at least a handful of times.
You should. Actually, in our acting class, that was part of our acting class, was to do a stand-up comedy. All of this is to break the barrier down, so you are no longer concerned about what people think when I do this. You're out of your own head. You're no longer all up in here. You're literally emitting from who you are. I say just go into those acting classes and your comedy thing, as far as, you know, stand up. Do it.
Do it.
Just know that not all acting classes are going to be. Some acting classes are better than most. So you got to do your homework and your research where you live, and sometimes you'll find the best acting classes are the poke hole in the walls because everybody's grinding. And then there's others where you spend some dough on it and they really sharpen, they sharpen out some of the things that you've already attained. But someone put in the comments that comedy is tricky. Comedy is extremely tricky because if you're not, sometimes not being funny is not trying to be funny. If you're not trying to be funny, you'll come off hilarious. But if you're trying to push the funny, it's not going to be funny at all. And there's a lot of comedians out there that I'm like, I don't find shit about what you're doing hilarious. Nothing. But it's the things that I see that's not funny. I mean, that they're not trying to push the funny, that I find it hilarious. So yeah.
Hopefully, you talk about my family.
Comedy definitely is tricky for the person who said that.
I hope you ain't talking about telling me my cousin ain't funny.
Who?
The one that got slapped.
Chris?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of comedians out there that I can actually say. I mean, all the comedians that I love, they're all gone. Bernie Mac would, I think, will stand in the test of anyone's breath of air as the best comic ever in my
Mhm.
mind. So when I see Bernie and when I just hear just going through the old YouTube stuff, that's something that I can put his stuff on
He giving
repeat
you
and it
high,
can
high
never
I
get
was
five
old.
over
raising
there.
my hand. I was like,
But
wait.
that's me. You know, everybody got their
Dave
own twist.
Chappelle,
Chris,
bro. Dave Chappelle.
Chris is funny
It,
in certain, like when he was talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce about if one of them worked for Burger King. I thought that was pretty hilarious. That was
Dave
pretty funny.
Chappelle, hands down.
And
I
Chappelle.
think it
Yeah, and
I,
Chappelle.
from going to shows and seeing Chris, and I recently got to see Tony.
Tony Baker?
I no Tony, his brother Tony Rock.
Oh, Tony
Yeah,
Rock. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, and I see it just reminded me there are different types of comedy
Yes.
because Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, George Carlin, these guys have a different type of
Eddie
comedy.
Murphy, you
Yeah,
know, all
Eddie
those.
Murphy. Right, right. So if you like the political satire, the stuff that deals with everyday life, and you can laugh at yourself and look at the way life is, those are the type of comedians that I like. All types of comedy because I'm just nutty like that. But going to
Yeah.
that show, like Tony's show to me was funnier than Chris's show.
Robin Williams, yeah. I knew somebody was going to ask about Cat Williams. There's some shit going on with that dude right now. Am I right?
Yeah.
Cat
Am
is
I wrong?
cat is
Am I
cat.
wrong? Am
Cat
I?
is cat. Cat is cat. That's all I can say. Cat is cat. Cat is cat, and cat will always be cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin Williams was funny too.
Robin, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And like I
Steve
said,
Martin. We
all
we
of
we
all of
mentioned a
those.
lot of these people on the last live, Lou. You missed the last live. We mentioned like a whole slew of comedians, like starting from like Pigmeat Markham to Mons Mabley to Red
Gotcha.
Fox to
Flip Wilson.
Flip Wilson
Yeah.
to all these jokers that moving up in time. Like they're funny in their own way, and they created their own niche. And I think when it comes to
Robin
comedy,
Harris. Absolutely. Yes.
yeah,
Robin
Robert
Harris.
Harris.
Oh
Oh,
my
gone too
God.
soon. Gone too soon.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
could play his joint and still it will still crack me up to even to this very, very day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I
will
think
say
that
you're
it's
from
just a different way. It's just a different time for I like Kevin Hart in some of his stuff, but not all. I mean, some stuff. There's some stuff. It's hard
you're
to
To,
make
from
me laugh, but I'm biased. It's hard to make me laugh. It's
so
just really hard to make
you're
me laugh.
from
go ahead.
you're from Philly, right, buddy? You're from Philly. You s-
Yeah, I'm a Philly cat. Yeah,
oh, all right. Well, I'm. You know where York, Pennsylvania is?
absolutely. I
York.
mean, we all. If everybody knows where Hershey, Pennsylvania is,
So Pepper,
oh,
what
we
you don't know is we all went to school together.
No.
And remember, I was
Oh,
telling
wow.
Pepper the other
Okay.
night that I went to Milton Hershey.
yeah, we're
Yeah, I know
we're
that. I
all
know
we're
We're
all
all
what
brothers
you
and
talking
sisters.
about.
alumni.
We're all bro and
No.
sis.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
This is all making sense
yeah.
now. Oh,
We
okay.
when they
Yeah.
say we fam, we
We fam
definitely
for
fam.
real.
We
That is
fam for
awesome.
real.
Yeah.
That that is
Absolutely.
awesome.
Together.
That is so cool. That is
Bill
so
Yeah.
cool.
Maher,
Wow.
yes, I love Bill. I love not Bill Maher,
Bill
Bill Burr. I love Bill
Burr.
Burr.
Yeah, I like Bill Burr.
Love
Yeah.
Bill
Yeah,
Burr. Bill is hilarious.
he's
Bill, I think,
hilarious.
yo, his stuff.
But his
Hilarious.
is like teetering between the regular funny and the Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle funny. It's almost like a line. It's like a connection between the two different types of comedy,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it where it can reach different audiences. They talking about you're outnumbered,
Man,
Pepper.
you guys just no.
Oh, that's all
You
love.
guys just blew
He's,
my
he's an
mind. That is
honorary
so
Hershey
cool.
baby. He's
That
an
is so
honorary
cool.
Hershey baby.
That is so cool. That is so neat. That is
Who's that
awesome.
to ask
That
what
is awesome.
year? Class? Oh, Kyle. Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm the senior in the crew. I'm the senior advisory.
Once you're over 25, we all see. Everybody needs to drop all that nonsense. Once you get
Yeah, he is
25, it's all the same, in my opinion. It all blends together.
yo, that's
According to
hilarious.
Yeah,
society.
yeah. I left them, and it was crazy. I was so ready to leave before it was time to leave, and then when it was time to leave, I didn't want to go.
Interesting. I couldn't get
I
out that
didn't want to go.
door fast enough. Man, look, my head was always in the clouds. I knew full well from the moment my toes touched down in that school, this was not where I was trying to be. This was not my destination. Don't get comfortable seeing me because I am only passing through.
And
Literally, like I was practically the people with
and when I
the
and when
ladies on
she
the
said she was passing through, this was Lori.
seriously. Out. Like I
Gone.
didn't make friends. I wasn't y'all homies. I didn't love y'all. I wanted to leave. I hated that school. That school had me milking cows, Pepper. They had me
What's
milking
wrong with
cows,
that?
bro. They had me milking
It's a
cows.
Come on, man.
it's a culture.
Pepper worked
It's
in a dairy farm.
Bro,
We
I could do your job. I could legitimately do your job.
I did that. I did that for fun. I did that for
No,
fun. That wasn't a
we
chore.
did it.
I
Well,
did it for fun.
making somebody some
I,
money. We
I used to take.
but Drew, you know this too. We was like baling hay and putting like literally. Were you there for that, Duval?
yeah,
They were still doing barn back then.
yeah.
That was
Yeah, they would put us.
that was
They
my
would put us in
summer
there at
job.
5 o'clock. We would go in at 5 o'clock in the morning and wouldn't come out till at least 8 o'clock at night some days. And then
when we had the bail.
but wait, am I lying? Am I lying? Then they'd be like, okay, y'all can go to Hershey
Yeah,
Park.
yeah. Funky as an uncle. I'm telling you, it was the worst. It was the
Literally
worst.
smelling like cows.
And
And
you
then
had
go
to
straight to Hershey Park.
and in some cases, some people that were very fortunate, you got to take a bus or you get shuttled.
Right.
Most of us we just walked it. And I'm telling you, when that was a walk, that was like the trip to Mordor. Sometimes
You see my face, right? You
Seriously.
see my face, right? Because I'm so mad that we were 3 miles away, and it was like, well, everybody, you can get a ride if everybody goes, and there was always
one
one house
person
plant,
or two persons
one
that didn't
house
want to
plant.
go. Right.
That, cause I ain't got no money. Nobody has money.
Right.
We get 75 cents a
Yo,
week. Who has money?
this for you
75
to
cents a week.
stay in
Go
your
out and walk.
this for you to stay in your room and do fucking nothing? Just go. Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna lie, I hated that school. Absolutely hated it. When I was there, hated it. I couldn't get out of that place fast enough. And once I got out, I never came back. I gone. But now
I mean,
I'm older. I respect
I
it.
grew up with the cows. Like it was fun. You had to make fun of it. Like when you're milking the cow, if there's cats in the barn, you turn the teat and squirt the cat in the face. Just
No, bruh. No.
We squirted each other.
No.
We didn't squirt the cat. We squirted each other. Hey, you
Other.
know my
But
cat.
wait. Now wait, he's gonna know. He's gonna know, Pep. What happens when I done gave him a pet name and everything. Pep, what happens when the cow's tail go up?
Oh.
Watch out. Watch out.
What happens? Pep, no, that's why I got quiet. But look, wait. I'm gonna add to that. What happens when the tail goes up and they sneeze?
You better not be standing behind them. That's all I know.
Exactly.
That's
you
all
better
I
make sure
know.
you way downwind.
It
Don't let none of that
out.
toxicity hit you.
It shoots
I
straight out. Like a
I can tell you, I have been, I call it shotgunning. It's called a shotgun from the cow. You happen to be walking behind, the tail goes up, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
Exactly.
A mud pie breakfast.
then you're just picking stuff out of your mouth. You're like, oh, God.
Exactly.
Oh, Lori, I don't know how the young ladies did it, but the guys had it where they would take one of those paper towels, and if you were leaning on the wall, they would put it in the paper towel and throw it across the barn. It hits the wall and splatters.
Yeah.
Did y'all do that too?
Probably. But see, we had one of them dairymen that was like
Right.
He was like a task. Like this dude was like the soup Nazi, just not with soup. You know what I mean? But he was like, no, so are you? Like he was just like, you know what I mean? So we were terrified of him. You know what I mean? We didn't want to make no mistakes. So everything was like by the book. You know what I mean? But
wow.
and we were doing some dumb stuff too.
No for you.
We were doing some,
No for you.
yeah. No for you. Hurry up.
But just imagine, you got a bunch of teenage guys out there, and you're out in the lot, scraping the lot, and the lot is wet. They're out there kicking it around. right,
It's
kicking
cold
it
as
around.
it's cold as a brick.
And you're trying to figure
Everything you can
out how your city
smell,
kid life.
feel everything at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. The
Yes.
fact that you got to wake up that
Yes.
early, that's one. Then
Yes.
you have to hustle to get it
Yes.
done so that we had to do it
Oh,
before
there was a
school
time limit. Yes.
Because you had to
Yes.
go to school.
because you got to go to school.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then if you were the lucky ones that didn't do sports, then you came back home and guess what?
Did it
You're
again.
out there doing more of that shit. So everybody was smart enough to go on a
Get on
sport.
the sports.
Get on a sport. Derek actually got me in the track. He was like, "Yo, you're going to track," and I'm like, "Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir. I can't
Trust me,
run for shit.
we
Yes,
are
you
all
are.
You
We're
can
gonna run today,
run.
bro.
You're going to
we are
We're
all,
track.
gonna run today.
athletic
We're
for
all
a
so
reason.
yeah. So it was athletics right after
Yes.
school, so you can right bypass that. So yeah,
But
Yes.
there
I
was always
actually,
a chore to be done.
Always.
I was telling him last night. I think it was last night we were talking about Milton
I
Hershey,
think
and I
so.
said, you know what? I think it reminds me of basic training in a good
Oh
way,
yeah.
like because I'm a vet. I'm not bragging, but I'm a veteran, so it kind of reminds me of the training you guys went through and the things you had to do. It really reminds me of basic training. It really
It
does.
was.
Getting
Yeah.
up early with chores and so forth, and
Oh,
responsibilities
we didn't
and
go
doing
into
things you don't want to do.
we didn't go
Yeah.
into having to keep our rooms clean. The bed had to be made, and it had to be made right. Everything had to be pristine. Like,
and depending on which parent that you had when you were in a specific home, depending on how they were strict with their, some were like, some had it this way, others had it that way. I had, in my early youth, I had the military guy, so he would flick the penny on it, and if it bounced or if it
yes,
didn't bounce, it was one of them type of
yes,
deals. You know what I mean? So it was vacuum the floor, vacuum that one strip 5, 6 times. It's clean. No, it's not. Do it again.
yep.
So, and it's crazy is that now I'm like meticulous because when I'm vacuuming, I'm like 1, 2, 3, and I still do it. And it's crazy. And I don't know why. I'm like, why am I
You
doing
know
this shit? Now I
why?
throw,
Because we were traumatized.
right. So now I throw drawers down. I was like, fuck this. I'm throwing drawers.
Hey, my first couple weeks at Milton Hurst, you know how we had the merits. We had
Yeah.
a four merit a day system. You had attitude, chore, room, and what was the other one? It
Uh,
was
Grade.
attitude, chore, room,
Was it your
and
grade?
I think academics maybe.
Yeah,
I
school.
it
think it
might
was.
okay.
I think it
So
was academics.
when
Yeah.
I first got there, I couldn't make that bed right for nothing. Every day I come back in, I look at the merit list, and it was B, bed not made properly. I know it was B because I saw it every day for like a week and a half. So I come back one day and I look on the list and there's no B. I'm like, word? Oh man! I go back and I look at the bed and I see what I'm doing, and so here we come 10 o'clock at night, and I slept on the floor because I was like, I finally got this. Yo, this is no lie. This is if you could talk to Mr. Madden, he'll tell you. He came in, I was sleeping on the floor. He said, "Why are you on the floor?" I said, "My bed finally made right now. I want to touch it." So,
You want to know something? You want to know something that's crazy? Uh, I guess when I was in interaction with some of the cats that's still there, they're like, none of that stuff is there like that no more. None of that
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Mhm.
None of
Oh, wow.
that stuff is there.
they're
They
not real
hire
milk.
they
They're not
have
real
they
milk.
have private contractors that go out and mow the lawns. They
What?
they don't none of
They
the
can
stuff
do
that we
it.
went through.
What?
None of that shit they got going on.
We,
Excuse
Do
my
you
language.
know that
come on.
Mr. Styles told me,
Come
go
on.
out there and mow till I tell you to come in?
Come on.
It was dark, and I was on my knees. I was out there
Come
like
on.
The
4 hours
Come on.
baseball
on my knees
fields.
mowing.
Come on.
The baseball fields mowing and making sure that the pattern was correct. Yeah, they don't do none of that. None of that stuff. It is so babied now. They don't do none of that stuff because
Even the
so
girls. Even the girls. I learned how to drive because I was on the lawnmower.
We
And
didn't have
we had to push
one.
push mower.
No, we had the
Oh, you had
push
the push
mower. We did.
mower.
But by the time I got to senior hall, by the time it was up there, then we had the driving mower, and that's how
Oh,
I was
okay,
practicing.
yeah. That's right. My last year, I was doing the riding
Mm-hmm.
mower. I felt so free. I was like, yes, because I was like trying
Real,
to drive at that
for
point. I
real,
was like, this is the closest
for
But
thing
real.
to a
bro,
car.
at least you had it there when you first got there. We didn't have a riding mower until my
Yeah,
senior
no.
year.
Wow.
When you left is when they started allowing us to get in there. Derek and I we were in the same home, so
Man,
so
listen, if we wanted to ride more, I had to stand on somebody else's more while they pushed.
yeah.
That was my riding mower.
There you go. There you go. No, they had literally, we were doing manual labor for free. Like we
Yeah.
were not getting paid. Well, they gave us allowance. They did give us allowance,
Ooh, that
but it was like
75 cent was more
Right.
75
than you could
cents.
buy a soda.
Exactly.
Go to
Exactly.
Hershey
A
Park, you be able to buy
dollar
a whole
maybe.
sandwich.
Exactly. And wait. All the Hershey chocolate bars you could eat. Because every week we got that new batch of Hershey chocolate. Plus, I mean, like, trust me, we definitely ate very well there, but
And they sold them at Rec for like 10 cents.
10 cents. Just
Yeah.
Hershey bars.
The days
I
when
mean, all of them, and whenever there was like a new Hershey bar or a new like chocolate bar that would come out, we got first dibs.
first
Yep.
dibs.
When they made at one point they made the world's
I ate
largest
that.
candy bar, and it was a whatchamacallit. It was a
Yeah.
whatchamacallit.
There.
And after they recorded it in Guinness, they chopped it up,
Chopped it
put
up.
it in big trash bags, and sent them out to the student home.
And we
Oh,
all
I was
got like
sneaking it. I
like
was
a
sneaking
chunk.
in there to get me a hump.
We all got a chunk. Yep.
What are you doing in there?
Huh? But I will say this.
No,
I will say this.
no,
Yo,
no,
for real. I will say this.
Mm.
They made us as women, especially the girls who really took it seriously, they made us Stedford wives. And I tell people this, and like I tell guys this, and they look at me like, what? I'm like, but the school I went to made us Stedford wives. Like, we know how to cook, clean, everything. Like, we were literally trained, whether they knew they were doing it or not. They trained us to be wives, to take care of not only the house but the man, everything. And there were a lot of girls that were lazy. There were a lot of girls that were lazy. There were some girls that just made toast every day because we would have to rotate who cooked. So, there were some girls that, you knew for 2 weeks she was about to eat cereal and toast all day, every
Just
day.
made toast.
Gonna be
Hey,
food was not going to be cooked all the
kill
way.
me.
And then there were some girls that, you knew was basically a gourmet chef. You know what I'm saying? For 2 weeks. So, and trust me, even the house parents used to get excited when certain people came on. It was like, oh, word?
Oh yeah, it was like, oh, you're
Oh,
cooking?
word?
Oh shoot.
Cool.
Whenever I was on, it was like, oh, Lou's
Yep.
cooking. All right.
Yo, the first time that I had to make the pancakes, there was still batter balls inside them.
My friend.
Yo, and mind you, think about it, I'm a freshman, and you're a lowly freshman. We didn't have any seniors. We had a couple juniors, and everybody looked at me like, we got to eat cereal. I was looking forward to pancakes. This joker here got the batter balls out. You doing like this, your mouth you got smoke coming out. They're like, yo, you're going to do better next time, man. We can't have this. And that was one thing, the hierarchy, Pepper, the hierarchy in the school, it stayed a certain way in most student homes. Yeah. But then you always had people like me and Sean Cunningham and Chad Good who challenged it. Yeah. And it when it throws off the balance, it's nothing good. It's nothing good. I tell you, blanket parties are real.
Real.
But what it did was, by the time I became a senior, like they were saying with the acting, you learn to act, so when you're directing, you know how to bring it out of them. I was the troubled kid when I got there, and I'll just say it like that. I was the one that was always defiant. I'm not going to the barn. It's raining. I'm not walking in the rain. I might get sick. Lori, I did that. Literally, I did that. I'm not going down there. It's raining out there.
Remember the snow days when it snowed there? Oh my God!
I did.
They still
all that.
The blizzard. It's like walking literally in the Hoth system in Star Wars. It's literally that.
And you don't even get a delay.
It's literally that.
We still went to school.
Still went to school.
On time.
On time. And I'm from South Carolina. I looked out there. I was like, my first time Rob Rodriguez came in the room, I was kicked back. Rob said, what you doing kicked back? I said, I know we don't have school today. Look at all that snow. He said, come here. And he pointed out the window. You see that machine? I was like, we still got school. It's just slow. We still got school.
You can literally see like the tops of people's heads,
Seriously.
as small as we were, walking through, and you could, it would still be on and popping. I'm talking about inches. When I don't exaggerate when I say, if you was to go and look at Empire Strikes Back, that was Milton Hershey when it snowed. I lie
Oh,
to
in
you not.
intermediate division, because y'all walked in intermediate division, right?
Walk everywhere, two to a breast, two to a tit,
Seriously.
through
Seriously.
the snow.
I'm glad I missed that.
Crazy, man.
I'm glad I missed that part. Senior division was troubling enough for me.
Intermediate division was slavery.
We were the droids. Bill, we were the droids. So there it is. There's that. But it was fun. I mean, some folks really took that experience and it really made them go left or it made them go right.
Yeah.
And I've seen some people's experience just take them to the stratospheres with business, with entertainment.
Most definitely.
And then I've seen some that have just plummeted, and it's just, just the effects. And even in our 40s, and I won't give away certain ages, but if you're as we were growing up in our 40s, it is still plaguing cats that's in their late 40s, mid to late 40s. So that stuff, I mean, it depends on who you were, how it affected you because of where you came from.
Right.
If you got a kid from Harlem or a kid from, South Carolina or a kid from whatever, Africa, whatever, because we had them all over. It really depended upon how you took it and then how it affected you. So, for greater, for better, for worse, I gained some amazing people. I've gained some wonderful experiences that I took. I couldn't wait to get to college. When I got to college, I was acting but then it was like when I went to college, it was like this is just like this is just like high school in terms of locale, in terms of like the area. So it was familiar, but yet it was like, oh yeah, but I don't have to make my bed. Okay, yeah, I don't have to do that. Oh yeah, but I got to go to class. So it's for better, for worse. So the experience, I wouldn't trade it in for the world because look who I got. To the left and to the bottom and to the right. It's a testament, and we don't look our age. Hello, somebody. I want to know the skin treatment too. Lori won't share the secrets.
Must have been all that milk we drank, because I swear they gave us milk every dang on
that
day.
Strawberry chocolate milk. Listen, that strawberry chocolate milk. Can we talk about the strawberry chocolate milk ministry? That ministry is so deep. Water was not the word. That's not the answer. It was chocolate and strawberry milk. If you were lucky, but that chocolate milk,
it didn't last long.
No.
It was a 5-gallon bag, and if it lasted 2 days, you did well. If it lasted, but you got to remember, you have 14, 15 teenagers.
I forgot about that. They used to put them in them bags, and we had to put them
milk
in the
cooler.
Yes.
The milk cooler.
Yes. And the joint, and you had to hoist that thing up there like you was like, oh yeah.
The thing weighed about as much as me when I first came.
Yes.
The milk cooler.
I hated that.
And it was a technique. It was a technique. Like you couldn't just put it in, just slap it in there. You got to take the thing and slip it through the joint and take the nipple out
and pull the handle up, put it in there, then cut it off.
It was for the novice. It was a 2 or 3 man job, but for the people that was professionals, we did that bitch in one leg, one arm.
Those of us that did a lot of dishes. Alone.
Oh,
the regular
man.
dish crew.
Oh man. When someone got in trouble, they're like, "Oh, you know what? You really? Or you can do the dishes by yourself." You're like, "Word, let's go!" And everybody just run outside playing basketball, and you just looking at them and just watching them.
I'm gonna tell you though,
I got scrubbing.
I could do dishes by myself in 15 to 20 minutes. I could do everything 15 to 2 because I'm
really meticulous. Like I don't like, why is this low? So I will Brillo.
Yeah.
I will Brillo. I don't, that's, some things that you just, Brillo is very, you got to know, man, listen, it's the right kind of Brillo. The manufacturer now, you get,
this is how
Brillo connoisseur.
Steel wool. You got to get the right.
This was how we were trained.
Got to get the right shit.
This is how
you know what's crazy? If I have to go
The right
behind
room.
somebody and clean a room or whatever here at the hotel, I get down on my hands and knees and wipe the floor. I can't mop it.
Come on.
I
No
do it at
lies.
the house
No
sometime. I'm
lies.
like, you know what? I got these extra rags. Let me get down here. I'm
No
getting
lies.
down on this.
No lies.
You know what I'm saying? And people, people, what are you doing? Just sweep it and mop it. No, you can't. Look at all this dirt on this rag. You can't mop it like that. No, I need to make sure when I walk with my bare feet, I'm walking on some. They were like, this joker hit a lost his mind.
I think it's a true testament to say that anyone that knows how to use a broom properly will be able to use a broom properly and never have to know how to use a vacuum. Because if you know how to use a broom properly, it'll make that carpet will come just as clean as if you did vacuuming.
Come on.
That's how I sweep the leg. That's how I sweep the leg. I usually sweep the leg. Normally what I do.
I had a boyfriend back in high school that
caught himself.
I hope
I didn't.
I hope not, Pep. I hope you did not.
No, I didn't.
I had a boyfriend back in high school who caught it upon himself to come see me in the middle of the night. Now, mind you, I don't know this is happening. So I'm knocked out with my curlers in my hair. You know, I'm knocked out. No. If I was going to do it, I was going to do it. But I knew nothing. Okay. So I'm laying there sleeping. All of a sudden I wake up to him over top of me like this, looking at me like, yo, wake up. I'm like, bruh. And I literally screamed. So he puts his hand over my mouth like, you know, like, exactly. So yeah, he was coming to do the 1-2, but I'm literally petrified. All right. Now get this. Exactly. He came with company. He came with backup. So his homie comes with him. His homie got lucky and he didn't. But wait, the homie wasn't dating anybody in the student home.
Of course.
The homie just picked a random. He picked a random, and yeah, and them two got busy. But wait, who got blamed? Who got blamed for it? The people that you knew was the couple. Me and my boyfriend. We got blamed. Nothing happened. My roommate was Kelly Perry. She can attest to everything I'm saying. She was like, bro, you need to get out of here. Like, she was not having it. So she was sitting there like, you need to leave. Nothing happened between us. Oh, but something happened. But it just wasn't us.
Was that year Sherry Anderson narked on everybody?
She wasn't in my student home, but yes.
That something. I know. I hooked up that year too.
Yes.
Sean Cunningham.
Thank you.
That thing on Sean.
It was
Come
Sean.
on, man. You know you my best friend.
It was Sean.
And I was scared, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, I was scared. And we were in Windward because that's when our student home closed down for a little while. Mm-hmm. And Miles McIntosh gave me his ninja uniform, his ninja outfit. And so, all these stories I'm telling you are true. Sean will tell you. And then we out there in the dark, we crouched down like this right here. And Sean put 100 on 10 because he talking about, yeah, you should have seen him. He did a ninja roll across the road, and then he
that's hilarious.
And knocked on the yep. He's like, you should have seen him. No, he was out there. He had the hood on. Yep. I was scared. I was like, if they catch me, they ain't gonna know who I am. Because Pepper, we had this thing called Spartan Security. Yep. We had our own security that would ride around basically the town because the school is basically the town.
Right.
So you see a truck coming, here I go, I drop straight in the dirt.
That's hilarious.
But Sean was like that. Sean was like that. Sean literally was he broke in. He didn't just come in, he broke in to their student home. Because we had one of them old school student homes, the big mansion style. Big store. We had that one. He broke into the basement, literally broke in. Him and Michelle Perez, they got together, yeah, and both of them let me and my boyfriend at the time take the blame.
Well, listen, I didn't get any, and I got 30 days. I got 30 and 30, and I'm mad because I ain't getting nothing.
I got 30 and 30, and you know what that means? 30. That means 30 days of work, and you missed 30 days of vacation time. Ooh. And that meant I couldn't go home. I could not go home to my hometown to see my family for 30 days because of this.
Are you still in Pennsylvania, or where do you live?
I was at the time. I'm in Los Angeles right now. I'm in LA.
LA. Okay.
I'm in LA.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Yeah,
30
I lived
days.
in.
I had to do
I
all
was
the
mad
work.
at Sherry
Oh,
because I didn't get caught doing nothing. I didn't get nothing. I wasn't doing nothing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you who's that I talked to. I sat and talked to, what was her name? Oh my gosh, I'm looking at her face. It wasn't Indira. It was somebody. I forgot who it was now. I can't remember her name, but I sat and talked to her the whole night. Like I said, we just sat and talked for
yeah.
a little while. Then it was time to leave, and I got my little karate shoes on and got on up out of there.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Time out. What do you mean your damn karate shoes? What the hell? How do you define karate shoes, buddy?
And then
Okay, you know them shoes like Bruce Lee used to wear. Those were our house shoes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
I had my house shoes on because I said they matched the outfit.
All right. Because I'm a martial artist, so
Okay,
this is why I'm
yeah,
laughing so damn. This is why I'm laughing
Yeah.
so
but
damn hard.
but
The
yeah,
house shoes that we wore was very much Bruce Lee style
Were
shoes.
they?
Yes, they were.
and
Yeah.
Were they the? Were they?
And
Were
everybody
they the
wore
no,
them.
they
straight?
didn't have the toes, but they were
Yeah,
round.
they rounded in
And
the
now,
top.
now,
Yeah.
now they call them Vans and cost a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Secretly has it told. Yeah, they're
I'm
Vans.
like,
They're Vans.
yo,
Not
I
wear
was
those.
mad at that girl for a long time. I think that whole school year, every time I saw her, she got a scowl from me, and I always was smiling. I'm like this. I see her come down the hallway. You dirty mother.
No, I didn't find out that it was Michelle Perez who did it
Hmm.
with Sean. I didn't find out for years. This heifer sat there and smiled in my face for years before I graduated and let me take that L. She let me take that fall for her.
Oh wow.
She never, and look, she still trying to be friends with me today, and I won't. I don't
Oh
talk to her.
wow.
I can't do it. I can't.
Wow.
She likes all my pictures. Every time I post something, she's like the first one. I'm like,
I
oh.
let
That's
it
hilarious.
go. You gotta let it go, Lori. I let that go.
It's not a hatred. It's not a hatred. No, it's all good. We grown, but it's just like,
It's the principle of it, goddammit.
what am I
It's
gonna
the
do with you?
principality.
What am I gonna do with you?
It's the principality
I
of it.
speak to her. I say hello and stuff like that, but it's just like,
My man Ron G, he just joined. He's a Philly dude that I met in college. And you know how it is with you Philly people. I'm just attracted to my Philly people, my Pennsylvania people. There's something about you. It's magnetic. And it's another good one. You know what I'm saying? My man Ron G. But yeah,
Welcome.
So I got to ask Lori, if I may, how's LA? I lived in Temecula for 2 years.
oh,
I'm sure you know where that's at.
necklace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we hear that on Saturday Night Live. Temecula.
No, it's beautiful down there. Temecula is actually a lot of celebrities are moving down there to get
Oh,
out
really?
of. Yeah, a lot of celebrities are moving down there. Do you mean like since the strike? How's Hollywood since the strike?
No. I mean, shoot, I was there. I lived in Temecula 18 years ago.
Okay.
18 years ago, I lived in Temecula, but it was beautiful. I love going to Riverside, the beaches. The 5 was a pain in the ass because I'm from Pennsylvania, and the turnpikes out here are something else. But driving on the 5 in California was a son of a bitch. I hated it.
The 405 is worse.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah. Worse, way worse. I'm down in the OC, so you know that. You know that.
Oh, okay.
And
All right, Orange County. Okay.
how you pronounce that town again? Temecula?
Temecula. It's a dope area. Very well now it's very underrated. Let me step away for a minute, you guys, but I'm coming right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking Tecumseh. I was like, is that where they make the engines? I don't know what that was. Monique, another Benedict head. See, now I ran to a lot of people from different places, both in Milton Hershey, and then once you go to college, it's basically the same thing, like Lou said, because you have people from different areas, and everybody has their freedom now, and it's just a difference. It's a similar situation, but man, listen. When they let you loose off that chain, when they let me loose off that chain, it took them a while to get me back. Like,
well, like I said,
Lou, were
man,
you there
it's
when the cows got
it
loose?
relates to
I'm
basic.
playing with filters. I'm sorry.
I said, were you there when the cows got loose?
No, I was not there.
I understand what they say until the cows come home, because them jokers definitely went in the opposite direction.
Oh, what happened?
Somehow or another, the little line, the door, the gate got open somehow, and they were running down towards Windward,
Oh,
and
okay.
we were trying to get around them, but we couldn't even get close to them. We had to call down to Windward and tell them to push them back in our direction, because they were gone. I don't know where they thought they was going. They were trying to go to Lebanon or something. I don't know where they, Palmyra. They were just trying to get out of town.
You said Lebanon. I like it. You said it right. You said Lebanon, not Lebanon. You said it right.
And she just pops back up. Alrighty. Here I am.
Are those real glasses, or are they just,
Stylish. Are you blind like me, or that's just stylish?
They're just stylish. These are Jamie Foxx's glasses.
Really?
Yeah, he made a
Jamie.
line of glasses. Huh? Jamie Foxx, he made a line of glasses called Privé Revaux, and they actually are doing really good, but I bought them years ago. But, they're cool.
Well, if I don't, I'm old fashioned. So if I were to give you a compliment, I hope it doesn't disrespect anybody. But I think you're a very
Thank you.
very attractive woman. I'll give you a compliment.
Thank you, Pep. That is a great honor. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know why women get weird nowadays when a guy compliments something nice. That's just weird, but thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Yeah, with filters, and when you got a gadget and you start pressing buttons, and I was high.
Look. She's starting to play with her hair. She's like, oh, he complimented me. Oh.
So as you guys have gotten into your careers, well, really your loves. I guess you can't really call it a career. You call it a love because you love what you're doing. At what point did you say that, you know what, this is for me? This is what I want to do.
I've been saying that since high school, though. I knew I was going to do this my whole life. I knew my whole life. I didn't know what modeling was. I didn't know what it, like, I knew. I was a kid from the streets, I'm from the projects. I'm from the South Side in Pennsylvania. And I saw, in second grade, I saw Arc de Triomphe, which is in Paris. It's a monument. I saw that as a kid in like second grade or something. And I knew I was going to go there one day. I knew it. That's all I knew. I didn't know if it was up the street. I didn't know if it was around the corner. I didn't even know if it was in the same city. I just knew wherever that place was, whatever that was, I'm going. I was going to be there. And I did as a professional model. This was always in my DNA. And people who went to high school with me always said the same thing. You always said you were going to be a model. You're going to be an actor. I don't remember personally. All I knew was my focus was get out of here. But I knew from day one, before I knew what it was, I knew entertainment was what I was going to do. And I did it. Everything I said is to the point now I literally have to make new goals and new dreams because I've done everything I said I was going to do. I've done everything. Literally. Wow. And I have no plans on stopping. Like, I have no plans on, okay, that's it, I'm done. Like, now it's like, okay, what next? What else? What else is
now? I'm going through the same thing with Lou, trying to get him on. The same thing that happened to you earlier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can't get him back? Oh.
He said, I'm lost in limbo. I'm trying to get you back on, brother.
What happened? Was it a not communication, but
I don't know. I have all my bars on this joint, so it must be something, man. But that's awesome because I never knew where I fit in because it was always good at this but great at nothing. Good at a lot but great at nothing. So I just dabbled in a little bit of everything.
But you learned
just to get life experience,
Yeah. But you learned that.
Yeah. I mean, I like how she said it. Don't turn the gas off. Don't let off the pedal. Keep going. Don't let off the pedal. That's how I feel. I've got new adventures. I get bored if I don't have something to try to strive for or a challenge.
Exactly.
I get bored with it. So.
Exactly. When I accomplished all my accomplishments, my first thought was I was thinking too small.
Mm.
That was literally my thought. Wow, I was thinking way too small. And now it's forcing me to think even bigger. And even now it's probably still too small. But like once I aspired, once I got it, it was like, it was hard, don't get me wrong. But just the fact that it happened was like, yeah, I was definitely not thinking big enough. I should
Yeah.
have.
I got much respect, Lori. Much respect. I got a lot of respect
Most
for
definitely.
it. I really do.
Never give
And for any
never give up.
and for anybody that watches this later, like Lewis said before, you can go on Lori's page and look at some of her stuff. It's been very inspirational, even to the point where for women, especially, where I've told my daughter, female cousins, and things like that, go watch her. Go listen to the things that she says, because she's showing you that what's possible out there. You may not think it's possible, and you may not know all that's out there, but she's giving you a glimpse of what's out there, and her words can inspire you. So, again, I'll say thank you. I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I thank you for being able to inspire not only me, but others out there to just do what you do.
Thank you. I will say this to people who are trying to get in the industry. One of the analogies that I learned made a lot of sense to me, and it was just get in. And a lot of people think because everyone's going through the front door. So if you have a house, if you're going through the front door, a lot of people think that that's the only way to get into that house, and it's not. There's windows. There's a back door. There's a side window. You can climb up on the roof and come, like, get in. And I'm not saying sell your soul. I'm not saying lose your dignity, especially. I'm not saying anything that's going to degrade you or that you're going to be ashamed of or your kids are going to find out and be like, I'm saying keep your dignity, but just don't assume that the way everybody else is getting in or doing it is the way you have to do it or is the only way to do it. It's not.
Right.
People cut themselves off. A lot of people.
That's an interesting thing that you talk about, Lori, because I've had individuals also say you're going to sell yourself to the soul, or sell your soul when you go to Hollywood, and you're going to turn into a pedophile and drink kids' blood and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, you know what? If I see that, definitely that's a red flag.
Right.
I can't assume to say that every actor that's in Hollywood or as an actor anywhere, not just Hollywood, but that is in that cult. That is, I guess it's called a cult.
The Illuminati.
Right.
Not the Illuminati.
And if yeah. And I get shit all the time because I'm a Freemason and they confuse me with the Illuminati, and I'm not. I have nothing to do with the Illuminati whatsoever.
Right.
But again, we were talking, Lori, about the process of the excitement. Like I do these little videos. on Instagram, and I'm my own director, writer, and and it's fun, and I entertain, and I get, I enjoy it, and it's just something that's a stepping stone, and I'm getting back into teaching martial arts again, and there's just things like you were saying, just enjoy it, because I'm never satisfied being stagnant. I can't do that. I cannot do that.
Good. That's your fuel.
Yeah.
That's your power. That's your power line.
Right.
That's what's fueling you. Yeah. And as long as it's not comfortable or it's not finished, you're not finished.
Right. Correct.
You got it. You got it. Drew, why are we looking at a ceiling?
I'm trying to get Lou back on, so I'm going to the phone and seeing, I'm over here trying to MacGyver something.
Yeah, he couldn't get me in the other show too. I was like, oh, the boys don't want me to play. So
let me see here.
Maybe it doesn't like more than 3 people, because the last 3 people.
Right.
Now this is 3. Maybe.
I don't know what it is that's going on here, but I don't like it. Let me see. Maybe if I make.
I'll tell you, if I go live, nobody shows up. So I guess my algorithms aren't, what they need to be.
Well, we had quite
We-
a few people come through
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
Quite a few. I recognize a few names. I don't think they're still here because now we're down to a few people, but that's okay. It was a good show. You're gonna repeat this or put this on repeat, so
Yeah, most definitely. I'm even gonna put it on YouTube.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So even if somebody doesn't have Instagram, which we are in a time where people say, "Well, I can't take all those distractions. I'll take YouTube." You can find everything else on YouTube. So
Well, I can step out so Duval can come back in. I can
I'm,
step out because it's already like 9:30. I got a couple phone calls I got to make. I already have my playtime over here. You guys have been fun.
I appreciate you coming on. I definitely appreciate this. Well, this is our second time. Your second time on with the Funky Elk. I don't even have my hat.
Three.
Third
This is
time. Third.
Yeah, because when the strike started, I came in, but there was another time prior to that. So, yeah.
Right. So, hey, we can make this a regular thing. You can keep us abreast of things that's going on, and see. I want to see if I can get some more of your peers on here and there. You can tell your friends, come on and have the conversation, and we'll probably be on maybe like StreamYard, like my co-host was saying, where you can get more people on, and we can have a better dialogue with more ideas and views coming in. So that's definitely, and then you can do that on TikTok too. And like I said, that shocked me. I saw that the other day. I was like, how you get so many squares?
Yeah,
Last time I did, I couldn't invite anybody.
Yeah, I'm not a TikTok guy yet. I'm not a TikTok guy.
Don't do it if you don't have to. TikTok is a job. Because I do motivational speaking over there. So I try to encourage people in relationships or just try to help people to feel better about themselves. So like over there, it's a different entity. Like I'm literally I'm an influencer technically, but yeah, it's just kind of something I do on the side. But it's, TikTok is TikTok.
Well, again, I want to give you a great compliment. I can understand why you were a model. You are beautiful, still are beautiful. I love the conversation. I think you're fantastic. I'm not flirting with you. I'm just giving you a compliment.
I understand and I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, what's your real name?
Troy.
Just the first name.
Troy.
Okay, nice to meet you, formally, Troy.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you and sharing our traumas with you. Because trauma, we laughed, but that was trauma. We still have nightmares about that.
You know how many times I had dreams that I woke up and I was late to chore? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that stuff is real.
I got hours now. But
that stuff is real. Wait, you're late? Yep. Like you just sit up straight, like, yeah, I did that for years.
That's basic training. That is basic training. That is basic training. I trust me. Trust me. I was like,
exactly. So yeah. Welcome to our pain. It's funny now, but it was not at the time. But if anything, we're really close with the teachers now. The teachers are dying off, and we're like practically taking care of them. You know, our teachers, the people that we live with, the parents, the adults. Now they're looking to us. For like support. We're family. Yeah. We're literally. It doesn't matter. Our color does not matter. Our age doesn't matter. We're family. Period. If you endure that.
And to give you an example, while working here at the hotel, there was a guy that came through, and I don't know how we got on the subject, but we got on the subject of Milton Hershey. He's like, what do you know about Milton Hershey? I said, yeah, I went there. I graduated in 91. He said, I graduated 73.
Wow.
And we sat and we talked like we were old friends. He graduated the year I was born.
Wow.
And we talked like old friends.
Wow.
Well, that's how the military works, brother.
Yep.
That's how the military works.
And we're scattered. We're all over the world. When I lived in Paris, literally there were people contacting me that were in Moscow that were like letting me know, hey, I'm over here in Europe too. If you ever get in any trouble, I'm just up here, or I'm just over here, you know what I mean? Or just let me know. Like we are literally connected. So I'm a part of of course, the LA people here, the people that are and there's a handful of us out here. And if anybody ever needs to come out or if any have any trouble, call up, who's out in LA, who's in Philly, who's in, New York. Like, we know where everyone's scattered
And
out.
Luke can tell you, I was stuck in Philly once. I threw up the bat signal. He shot right on down there to the bus station. And I was like, yo, I'm like, great God, you grew. Great God.
Who are you?
This joker used to be slim like me. Now he's hulkish. Hey, remember in what was that, Friday After Next, when Damon pulled Cat Williams, when he's like, they like the broke my that was Lou. I'm like, that joker like the broke my shoulder. What kind of this joker here? It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you too, but don't leave me injured. Great God. Big joker.
When Cat Williams was on the floor, he said, "You pee on me."
Right. That was the funniest part. I'm a pimp.
Come on now. The first Friday was the best. The first Friday was Hey. Hey,
wait.
boys.
Remember Felicia from Friday? Remember Felicia?
Oh, Felicia.
From Friday?
Yeah.
Felicia fucking too?
There's a real woman in Los Angeles that is her.
Really?
Oh, like, that's a real person. Like, I know there was an actor, but there's a real woman in South Central LA, walks like her, talks like her, got her hair braided, the two braid. I kid you not. When she walked by, I was like, Felicia? Like, there's a real Felicia in Los Angeles.
Wow.
And people know. People know.
Hey, what you doing my chain? What you doing my chain? What you doing my chain?
My grandmama gave me that chain.
I'm gonna put mine in my shirt. My mama bought me that chain.
Hey, I saw a lady in Savannah once look like Blanca from Street Fighter.
No.
Yes. And my homie, dude I grew up with, I've known him basically since from the crib. Yeah. And we took a trip to Savannah, me, him, and a couple other friends, and somehow or another we got in the club, all of us underage. But we weren't drinking anything back then. We just wanted to get in the club. That's it.
Wait. State College. I went to State College. And I'm up there, and I'm trying to get in the club. I'm underage, literally. I'm well.
Wait. Hold on. You're talking about in PA, right?
Yeah.
State College, PA.
Joe Paterno, State College, Jopo. You went to school there? Oh, word? Well, look, I ain't
I partied my ass off in State College.
Thank you. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So I was up there. I went to go to this party, right? And everyone was like, "You can't get in this club. This guy at the door, he's a jerk. He is a jerk. Oh, this guy, he's a blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "All right, do you think he's going to let me in?" "No, he's never going to let you because he's a jerk. He's a jerk." So we get to the door. I'm sweating bullets. We get to the door. Guess who it was?
Who?
Mark Marquez. Marquez graduated with me, which meant he was underage. So how are you keeping playing out of the club?
Right. Oh,
Mark Marquez, another milk. Literally,
oh my goodness.
He had all of State College shook. People were terrified of him because he was a jerk. I kid you not.
Oh my God.
I don't remember the name. I think it was like the Lion's Den or something like that. Was one of them little nightclubs up there or something. But he was literally the bouncer at the door, and you had to get past him to get in that club. And sure enough, it was Mark Marquez.
So you had no problem getting in.
I looked at him like, he tried it. He tried like with Missy your ID. I'm like, Mark. Just don't even say nothing. And he didn't. He let me slide right on in the door. Look, you don't tell on me. I don't tell on you.
You want to talk about some of the craziest? I guarantee you, the craziest parties I've ever been was State College. Yeah. Definitely.
Hands down.
I partied with the fraternities, and I wasn't a brother. I wasn't a brother.
Yeah.
And I knew a guy that I went to high school with in Pennsylvania, obviously. And he was a brother, but we played football together in high school. He's like, "You're good." I can't tell you the damn parties. I mean, it was upside down shit, sideways shit. We would drink upside down and girls just vomiting in the corners, and I mean, I mean, I could divulge all kinds of stuff, but it was
What year were you there?
I mean, you want to talk
What
about
year?
party.
What year? What year were you there?
Wow.
What years was this?
Let's see. Let me think back. It would have been 97, 96,
Okay,
97.
I was long gone. I was there in 93. 90.
Yeah, 96, 97. And I mean, they did shit like when the brothers and sisters got together from the fraternities. It was like, oh, well, the sisters are going to do this. And I was talking to my buddy. I'm like, yeah, I'm not part of the fraternity. He's like, don't worry about it. Like,
Were they still doing jungle juice back then? Were they still doing jungle
yeah.
juice?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you know what
Yes.
that jungle juice was. And where'd they put that? Wait,
With the fruit?
Yeah.
wait.
Let me do this.
Where'd they put it?
We called it
Where'd
a
they put
PJ Punch.
No, he
Yeah.
knows it's called jungle juice, but where did they put it? What did they put
A
it in?
trash can.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it no matter where you go, it's the same. It might have a different name, but it was PJ Punch. And the first time I saw it, I was just
I was in a big
high school.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm just going to eat the fruit. I don't want to drink. I'm just going to eat the fruit.
Nope.
I didn't know any
That's your
better.
That's the first big mistake.
Yep. Yep.
I
That's part of the fermentation.
enjoyed the party that night. I danced the night away that night.
Oh yeah. Nice and nice. Oh yeah. Look,
I literally
practically drinking out of the you was
I was in a frat. I was in the frat house. In the frat house, I woke up at like whatever. My eyes were just crusting open, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And there was a female laying on me. She vomited all over me, and I looked down, and the first thing I was thinking of was like, "Okay, I got my pants on, so I don't know what the hell happened here," but she just threw up all over me. So, yeah. So it was, geez. It was
Reminds
crazy.
me of
It was crazy.
Freaknik. State College. Was Jopo still there? Was Jopo still alive when you were there? Was Jopo?
Yes. Yeah, he was.
He was still alive? Sandusky was still raping them little boys?
I don't know.
He was. We didn't know it, but he was doing it when I was there.
Yeah.
He was definitely.
That was wow.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I'm still a Penn State fan. I mean, even though, I'm still a Lions fan, but there's two individuals that ruined the reputation for the college. I can't hold it against the college.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. What did you study?
Yeah.
What did you study?
Say again.
What did you study?
Oh, I didn't go to college there. I visited there.
Oh.
Okay. He partied.
That's why you had so much fun.
Yep. He didn't have to go to class.
I got you.
Right.
All right. Definitely good times.
Yeah. Then I went to the Air Force.
Went to a black college. Okay.
I remember my homie from Long Island used to say, "How are you still in school?" Like, what are you talking about? You don't go to class. I go on test day, and he just shake his head. But you don't go to class. But I go on test day, and he's like, "But how are you still here? What is your GPA?" I said, "I'm high enough where I can be on a sport." He's like, "I can't believe this." And he said, "I'm over here busting my behind, and you just cruising." Man, listen, I'm just chilling, man. I own this place. But see, I kind of felt a little entitled being there, being that my mother and father went there, and there were some professors and staff there that were there from when my parents were there. And my grandparents worked there at the same time, my father's parents. So, like, you go in and get in line for registration, and you have to get these long lines for classes. I can see myself at the end of the line, or this line slowly moving, and I see one of the like Mr. Kinley. He was a business professor or something. "What's up, Dr. Kinley? How you doing?" He said, "Hey, how you doing, Coach? What you doing?" "Hey, I'm trying to get to." He would take me from where I was in that line all the way to the front of the line.
Yep. That's why they hated you.
Yeah.
That right there.
All day they be like, "Where you
Wondering.
going? Where you going? Shh! Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Where this joker going? I gotta stand in this line all day, and he going to the front and like, shh! I'm trying to get this class."
Those lines were the worst,
Yes,
especially at big college. Those were the
I
worst.
can only
Be there all
imagine.
day.
And the
I
crazy
definitely,
thing, you could have done that the semester before if you stayed up with. You could have done it the semester before. It's like you wanted to be in that long line.
I definitely enjoyed the military, man. It was like I said, to revamp back what we were talking about. It was so enjoyable because we had standards and so forth. And I guarantee you, I partied like a rock star when I was in the Air Force. When I
Oh,
was
you were
in
Air
when
Force.
yeah,
My
yeah.
dad was Air Force.
I partied like a rock star down in Texas. I went in as an electrician. Still am. That's my
Okay.
profession. I'm a project manager. Now I'm a project manager because, I'm old enough to lead.
Nice.
And, but back
Nice.
then we had a rotation of nurses. There was a nursing school at Shepherd Air Force Base in Texas.
Mm.
And all these nurses, they came out of basic, and me and my boys were like,
What do we
Is
got?
Shepherd the one in North Texas?
It's Wichita Falls.
Wichita
Wichita Falls.
Falls. Okay.
Yeah. So it was, back then it was, me being a young kid young and full of testosterone and everything. And my buddies were like, "Oh, we got a new rotation of nurses coming in." Yeah.
Oh man.
But it was fun, man. It was fun. It was fun. But I was safe. We were safe. It was cool. It was cool. But
It's kind of like what I told you about Milton Hershey the other night. I told him, I think it was last night. I said I would definitely do it 1,000 times again because of the experiences, the people, and the things that I actually learned. Not only just learned to do, but just learned about life in general.
That's true. That's true.
So I would do it all over again 1,000 times. 1,005 on Sunday. So
yeah. It definitely taught us how to deal with people.
Yes.
Everybody, not just our culture, not just who we know.
Right. And that's the advantage that a lot of us have. Those that actually learned. It doesn't matter where you are, where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
You can find a way to relate.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Pepper, we related once I started talking about milking cows. Yeah. And just to think that, okay, he's in Pennsylvania, I'm in South Carolina, we've never met a day in our life where we sat and we could talk and hold a conversation about something as crazy as milking cows.
Where are you at now, Pep?
I'm still in the same area. I'm only an hour from Hershey.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I think you said it earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
York.
Yeah.
Hey, York is near Dallastown, right?
No.
No,
it's near.
I don't.
He's near Harrisburg.
Closer to Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's literally like
Harrisburg,
20 minutes away from Harrisburg.
When you go a little bit more east, it's Lebanon, Lancaster, and
south,
all that. Right. Then you get into Philly and all that. So
83 south, 83 north. I know that area very well. Very, very.
Yeah.
Very,
wow.
My family.
I just came back from Saratoga Springs, New York, for an old project that I was on. I'm no longer with the company. It was a contract. I wasn't there to kill people. It was an actual construction contract. I wasn't there to do that. So I was up in upstate New York. Beautiful. It is beautiful up there. Absolutely beautiful. So I went up, and you triggered my memory because I went up 83, then I hit 81, went up through Scranton, and then went into New York. And, it was really neat up there. It was really nice. So I'm back home, and I have a new position with the company as a project manager, and I start Monday, and I look forward to it. I'm getting a little tired of traveling, but
Tell me
I know if
this.
yes,
Tell me this. On 83 South, is that guy? It's like a rotating statue thing, and it's a man. It's like a bodybuilder pushing up a dumbbell, and
yes,
he's like literally on a rotator. Is he still there?
yes,
That
yes, yeah.
thing is still there.
York, it's York barbells. York barbells. It's yeah, it's still there. It's a
He has on
museum
blue
actually.
shorts. Really?
Yeah, it's a museum now. Yeah.
He has on blue shorts or something, and he's holding up the dumbbell, the barbell.
Uh,
Or
not anymore.
not anymore.
No,
Okay.
not anymore.
Yeah.
No. But
That.
yeah.
They made him wear pants now, or is he wearing
Yeah.
speedos? Or
Now.
I mean, if I would put a thong, like I'd paint a thong on him.
Why not? Yeah. That thing's been there for decades.
Oh
That thing has
my
literally
God!
been there for decades, as long as I can remember. My family's still in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice,
Oh, yeah.
nice. Well, I gotta give. Are you a football fan?
Not really.
Okay. All right.
I,
So this.
I don't understand it because I never played it. Like, I played basketball, so I understand basketball.
Oh, I got you. No, you said Harrisburg, so it triggers me to think about Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons is a Dallas Cowboy. He went to Harrisburg High School, Penn State, and
Okay.
yes, and he's one of the baddest MFers playing in the game right now.
Okay.
I think Ricky Waters had just graduated, but when I got there, and he went to Bishop McDevitt.
Yeah, I remember.
I know that's cool.
One of our alumni he plays for Jacksonville.
Really? Who?
But he was younger than us. I don't know. But one of the alumni, I have to look. He's in my my Facebook people. But one of the younger alumni, he plays for Jacksonville Jaguars, or at least he was down there somewhere. But he's a Milton Hershey grad.
Okay.
That's cool.
But he was like way younger than us, like 2007, like something like that.
Oh yeah, he's out there.
Do you guys remember the school? It was a high school. I think they were D2 or D1. Scotland. You remember that school?
That name, yeah.
Yep. Lewis went and got it. Oh, he started his own life. He jumped off. But yeah, I remember Scotland.
Yeah, I remember Scotland school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played them in football. We played them in football and basketball. When I played football, it was called the Blue Mountain League. Yeah, we played Scotland, and they were a tough team, man. They were a tough team.
One school that I always will remember is Cedar Cliff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Cedar Cliff had Kyle Brady. No, yeah, they had Kyle Brady my freshman year. He was a senior, and he was running people over in football. And then my senior year, they had Kyle Lane, who was a beast in the 400. This joker was running sub 50 400s in the open quarter in high school.
But wait, come on now. Milton Hershey was no joke. We had Coach out.
We beat their 4x4 but we couldn't beat him. I remember who was it? It was Trina. She graduated in 90. Trina was at that track meet. There was a couple other people that graduated.
Shepard.
I remember Coquita, but there was like 2 or 3 people that graduated. They came to that track meet, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna beat this dude. I'm gonna beat this dude, and I'm gonna get my name in the paper. I'm gonna run the best 400 I ever ran in my life, and I'm psyching myself up. I have my little Gamecock hats on. It just said Cox. It said Go Cox, and I won't forget it. So these fools put me in the 8th lane. I had never run out the 8th lane before, so I was like, I'm still gonna do it. I gotta find a way to do it. Man, this joker passed me before I got like 60 meters in, and he's like in lane 2. My heart just dropped. But we got him in the 4x4. But in that open quarter, that boy was moving. If you run in the sub 50 in high school, especially back then.
Yeah.
So your splits have got to be like 47, 48 in the 4x4. He
Whatever happened to him?
moved. I don't know. All I know is he dusted me in that open quarter. But he dusted me. But we had two 4x4s. And I was on the alternate 4x4. And even our alternate 4x4 team beat their regular team.
Coach Galloway wanted me to be on that track team so bad he could taste it. He would literally every year, you coming out? You coming out? Yeah. I wasn't going out there. These people, I was not going to embarrass myself with you, Coquita, Trina, Alita. I mean, just the name. My name didn't end in a name. Okay? I didn't have a typical black girl name. So come on, like there was no way I was going to keep up with the Deanna. Come on, you know, think about every chick I named ended with an A, and then Lori. Come on. I wasn't embarrassing myself. So
it was who else? Who was that? Sabrina Carlos' sister. What was Sabrina's sister's name? She ran hurdles.
Sabrina.
But that girl team was like that.
Oh, that girls
team. Hey, Pep, I'm gonna tell you, they won all 4 years that I was there, and like the next 5 years, states.
Every single year.
Every year, they were no. I saw them tell a girl one time, if you come here to be cute,
Deanna.
you might as well stay in the. Yep. They said you better stay in the student home because we don't come out here for that. We come out here to work. We don't come out here to play.
Well,
and Galloway,
Lori,
cocky as they were the coach.
Did you run track? Lori?
No, I played basketball.
Basketball. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10". Hey.
I'm pretty tall. Yeah. I was a basketball player.
She was trying to dunk on me back then, but I told her, you know.
I used to play with the boys and I didn't care.
Yep.
I just wanted to play. I really didn't care.
Yeah, I'm only 6 foot. I'm short. I'm only 6 foot.
only. No, I'm pretty tall for a girl. So
That's
I always attract.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay.
All the guys that come to like my belly button and they're like, "It works."
Yeah.
No, it won't.
I ain't afraid. Hey, I'm not. I've dated girls just as tall as me or taller. It's no big deal. No big deal.
Trust me, all them years. Well, back in high school, I was very embarrassed by my height because I was back then. Everybody was short because you know how guys don't grow until a certain time, then they just shoot up. But like I was towering over everyone for years. And seriously, I was like a glamazon, I was just huge for no reason, just tall. I was skinny, but I was really tall and lanky. And then all of a sudden, all these guys started shooting up past me. Finally, But they called me all the names.
Yeah,
too tall, skinny.
We were cruel.
Tall, slim, with a big smile.
Something. I mean, I didn't get nice compliments. I got ripped to shreds. I got ripped to shreds. Trust me, these guys were merciless to me.
I remember.
And now
I remember. Not where you went, but I mean in high school, shit.
Oh yeah.
Shreds.
I played football.
Then you're gonna the girls you like then don't look like that great now, but the girls who were not so great then look amazing.
I remember Ronette told me, "You be all right. You be good looking if you picked up some weight." I'm like, I'm trying. I can't help it that I don't weigh but $120. Jeez.
Ronette was like 6'1". This girl was 6. She was like built.
That's Salita. That was 6'1".
Ronette was huge.
Ronette was huge. Well, everybody was taller than me, so I couldn't tell you.
Everybody was huge because she was our. No, I was.
How tall are you again?
She was 5. Me, I'm 5'10".
Yeah. Okay.
I'm 5'10" now, but I wasn't 5'10" back then. Not even when I left high school.
All
right. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of a woman of stature. I got no problem with that. I don't want to get that. Well, hold on. Maybe I'm going down the wrong road there. Sorry.
Let me go over here and look. Oh, wait, I gotta do this one. I gotta do that.
Did we lose Duval?
Yeah, we
He ain't come.
lost the ball.
All right. He started his own thing.
He did, but then he jumped off.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
he was trying to
Connect that way.
sever it and then connect it again, but it just won't log him on.
All right. Well, I went through it earlier, so it's his turn. Would not let me in.
Not at all. And I'm sitting there just like I'm doing with him. I'm pressing accept. And it said, nah, we not accepting. Yeah. We not accepting today.
I can still whip a football, buddy. I can still whip a football. I ain't broke yet.
I can still hit a J.
I went from, we went districts 3 years in a row in the Blue Mountain League. Like I told you, you know where the area is. So we went against East York and West York. Those boys beat our ass. They beat us. I mean, I had a busted nose. My face mask was like shoved into my face. I mean, it was just brutal. But we did go districts 3 years in a row, but I can still wing a football. I went from outside tackle to quarterback.
Dang. That's a
because I was my sophomore, my freshman to my sophomore year, I was short, like she was saying, and then all of a sudden I started getting taller and taller and stronger and stronger. Yeah. So I shot up, and I was in gym class, who our gym coach happened to be our football coach. And we just happened to be playing football that day. My hands got bigger, my arms got stronger, and I was whipping the football, and my coach, my gym coach, football coach, says, hey, we're going to move you around here. I said, what do you mean, coach? I got all the plays. I said, I got all the plays. I'm on the line. He's like, yeah, well, if you know the line, then you can be, you think you could do quarterback? I'm like, well, I already know the plays, so I guess I can step back behind center. And, and that's what I did. And I did fairly well, but, we weren't a big passing. Our formation wasn't a lot of passes. We ran out of the I quite heavily, but we had a strong running back that was just fantastic. But we ran the I, trips left, trips right. We did all that back in high school. But that was
left, right, dab up the middle.
Yeah, many moons ago. But I threw a couple good passes. We had a good receiver. One of our running backs went to Penn State, and he screwed it all up by too much of this. Yeah, so, But yeah,
whatever happened.
It was fun. It was Paterno and the coaching staff said, "You're out of here."
Oh wow.
He was coked up so bad it was it was obvious, way too obvious.
That was huge up there. That was
yeah.
There was a bad coke problem up at Penn State. Bad coke problem.
I know.
And it was always the star athlete. Somebody was definitely smuggling in some stuff to him because it was always the stars or like the pros, the ones who were in there. Somebody coked up. Somebody was keeping them.
But I did get to know, when I was up there visiting my buddy who got kicked out. That was the story I told previously, that I was there for the parties and stuff like that. But he did show me the facilities that they had at Penn State at that time. And you want to talk about going up a level on physicality, man. The availability to the gyms and the fitness that they have on the collegiate level, holy shit.
Top tier. Top tier.
Yeah. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Best. Nothing but the best.
Yeah.
Nothing but the best.
But I can't dribble to this day, and I can shoot free throw every now and then. Probably better than Shaq, but you know, you'd probably school me. You'd probably like chuck me into the wall, and I'd be like, "All right, fine. You want to go that route?
Oh,
Do that."
me?
Yeah, you.
Me? It's basketball? In basketball?
Yeah.
I'm a shooter. I ain't running nowhere. I ain't running nobody's courts. I'll stand there. I'll shoot your eye out all day, but I ain't running. No, I train my son. I train him how to play basketball, and
Okay.
to this day, he will
That's
tell
awesome.
people, my mom, yeah. And I wasn't like soft with him. Like I was like, you know, like because he would try to give me these little, you know, soft little passes. I'm like, no, throw it like a man. You know, like I trained him how to play ball, and then he played ball for years. Like he had colleges looking at him too, so he was doing really good.
Okay.
Yeah, he did good.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, he'll
That's
tell that story. And he became a coach, a basketball coach here in California. So he was coaching some
Wow.
biggest kids here. Yeah, he was coaching some people here and some schools here, and some big kids coaching them. And he'll tell them in a heartbeat. My mom taught me. Yeah.
that's dope. That's dope. I got my athletic ability from my mother. My father he is a musician. So I got my musical talent from him, but my mother's the one that actually played basketball in high school.
Mm-hmm.
My pops was in the band. So I got a little bit of both.
Yeah, best of both worlds. Tomboys are the best. I got a brand. That was a little plug. I got a brand. I got a brand.
Yeah, for
My
those who
clothing
don't
line.
know.
My clothing line is called T-Boy Chic,
That's
Tomboy
it.
Chic.
That's it.
I got roasted about that here in LA because you know there's a lot of transgender out here. So when I first got here, the whole T-boy thing, they were like, "So what does the T stand for?" I'm like, "Tomboy." Makes sense to me.
Oh boy. Yeah, that avenue.
Yeah.
Well
So,
then.
Yeah.
do you have a husband or a partner that helps you out with your business?
No, I'm very single. I'm divorced. I divorced my son's father years ago, and I have been single ever since, kind of on purpose. I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm open to date and everything like that. But I've like most of this time that I've been single, it was intentional. So now my son's an adult,
Yeah,
and
there
now
you
I'm open to getting into a relationship. But for a long time, I was.
go. You and I have a lot in common. I'm getting ready to get a new dog. I don't mind dating, but I'd rather, I'm a big dog
Okay,
guy.
what
I
kind
have
of dog?
I have cats, but
Mhm.
my last dog passed away. He was a chocolate lab. He passed away from seizures, and that really just broke my heart. And I decided it's going to be a long time. Some people decide that they're going to, just get another puppy immediately. And if that's how you want to do it to heal your pain, hey, that's fine. But me personally, uh, I've decided I'm going to get a Belgian Malinois.
What's that? I never heard of it.
So the canine police and military canines that look like German shepherds, but they're a hell of a lot faster and smarter.
Yeah, they have the nice hair. Like their hair's kind of real full. That kind of.
Yeah, and they're smaller. They're smaller. Yeah.
Yeah, but they have gorgeous hair. They're beautiful dogs. I never knew that was their name. Wow, I always thought they were German shepherds.
No,
Me too.
they're not. Yeah. So it's called a Belgian Malinois. If you like Channing Tatum, there's a military movie called Dog.
Okay.
My accent's coming out, but it's called Dog, and great movie. Explains kind of how the canines go through the military process and so forth. But that's going to be my next canine, my next dog, my next companion. Yeah, I would like to date again, but I if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. I love dogs. I want another dog eventually. I have the name picked out. My next dog's name will be Rocco
Nice.
or Alpha.
Yeah,
Alpha.
okay.
But I like the Siberian Huskies. I like them.
Oh, Huskies are great. They love to
They
talk.
do, they do talk. Thank you. Thank you. They say I love you. I love it. They talk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They shed though. They have a lot of fur. But yeah,
Yes,
they're beautiful dogs. They're my favorite.
yes, absolutely,
I'm a big
absolutely.
dog. Big. I love animals,
My,
period, but
I mean, do you have a discord if a hunter like me like shoots deer? Are you one of those individuals that say, "Oh, you killed a deer, I don't like you"?
okay. I'm a meat eater. I'm not a vegetarian. I'm right here in the land of Veganville. I don't care. I don't.
And nothing
I
like some
don't.
good venison, boy. I tell you.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, that's what they're for. We're supposed to eat them. We're not supposed to be pet. Like everything isn't a pet. So
Well, back on topic. I'm contemplating getting another one,
hmm,
a Belgian Malinois and a Shepherd, and it's
not,
going to be Riddick.
oh,
Riddick, you know the movie Riddick.
yes.
Riddick and Ronan.
Ooh, I know that movie
You know,
too. Yeah, nice. Do you,
do you know what a Ronin is?
I don't know what it is, but I know the movie Ronin 47 or something like that.
Yes, it's a historical. It's actually a historical document
Hmm.
or a historical thing that happened in feudal
Oh,
Japan. I told you I was a martial artist.
yes, I do
So
remember that.
you're getting me excited here. But Ronin means a samurai without a master. That means you don't have a lord. So now you are a Ronin.
Okay.
So
So is that kind of rogue? Like, is it like almost like being rogue?
it it is per se. Yeah, you could say that. You could say it.
Nice.
So oh, and Riddick. I mean,
Vin
I love the
Diesel.
name. Yeah, I love what he did. He was just badass, and
Hmm.
he just effed up everybody up. When he had a chance, he was just badass. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be Riddick, and Ronan. But I'm going to start with one. See how the Belgian Malinois goes first because
Yeah.
they are super hyper. They got a lot of energy, and I need that.
I didn't know
I need to get my fat
that.
ass. Oh yeah,
I didn't know they were hyper
they are like a German
dogs.
Shepherd
Wow.
on cocaine.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. But I know German Shepherds are smart. They're very smart dogs.
and both of
Very.
them are.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, both of them are. And again, my time in the service, my buddies that were military police and so forth,
MP.
I experienced. Hmm.
MP.
Yeah,
You're
both of them.
MP.
Both of them. I wasn't. I wasn't.
Okay.
My friends that were. I was a combat engineer. I was a combat engineer. But I was trained for combat. I did not serve in combat, and I'll never say that I served in combat, but I was trained for it. So,
Okay.
um, but I had the beautiful experience of being able to um, be, around individuals that train these canines. Those
Oh.
canines were fantastic.
Oh.
I mean, I'm talking like you snap your finger, they stop.
Mm-hmm.
You walk, they walk.
Mm-hmm.
You go through this area, they go through that area. And,
Mm-hmm.
once again, my training wasn't special forces by any means. But I did train with, some special forces attachments in my time in the military. So, but the canines were fantastic. So thankfully, when I get a canine, I kind of know what to do, and I can't wait to get a new one. And sure, I'd like to date again, but I'd much rather just have a puppy dog laying on my bed with me and just sleeping.
Yeah. Well, don't limit yourself. You should try both.
I could,
You should try
I could.
both. Life is short. So,
Hey, I'm not saying it can't happen again, but
all right. All right. Andrew, what are you doing? What are you
Huh? I walked out. I checked on the third shift guy. He asked me some questions, and then they had some of these out there. I remember they said they had some of these out there. So I said, well, let me go grab a couple since they're free to the, to the staff. Let me get me a little snack.
Gotcha.
Nothing like a little tuna and crackers.
Cool.
All right.
Did you say you just took out the third shift then?
Yeah.
You took it.
We have a storm or whatever. It's a light storm. We had a storm Tuesday, and it knocked power out in a lot of places, and they wanted to have a manager on staff because there's a storm today. So I was like, well, I'll spend the night. That saves me gas from driving home. And, I was like, I'm in here. I'll chill, enjoy myself, jump on the line, have a little fun. Got some new followers.
Well, when you said took him out, I felt like you snuck up behind him and kind of did the, took him out.
Nah, I'm in trouble. Get over here. He's a big dude. He's a big dude. I need some of the moves. You had to have you ever seen the show Sense8 on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen, neither of you seen it?
No.
It's 8 people. They were born. They got the psychic link, and whatever skill one person has, he can transfer it to the other. He or she, excuse me, because they're men and women. And so one lady, this Asian lady, she can fight. And she got into the African dude when he had to get that medicine back for his mom, and he was kicking they behind, and then his nickname was Van Dam because he's a big fan of Van Dam. They're like, Van Dam, Van Dam, Van Dam. I was like, yeah, kick his behind, bully. But don't mind me. I'm just.
No, it's okay. I need to check out anyway. So.
Okay, yeah, because I'm gonna get this. Because I got to be up in the morning.
Well, Lori,
I'm
sorry, I gotta say, I don't know if you're following me. If you're not following me, I think you're super cool, and I enjoyed the conversation. I really do, and I'm glad we're from the same area, and keep in touch because I got a lot of fun things to do, and it's just gonna be fun.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure talking to you and meeting you. Hey Drew, next time we'll connect again and I'll do it again. It'll be
No
Friday.
doubt, no doubt. We got the Funky Uncle Show coming to a close for the night. We got the Funky Uncle Salute. Much love and appreciation to everybody that came on. Lori, Lou, Pepper, and we'll do this again sometime. And excuse me, I'm smacking. Y'all have a good one. Right.